Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am. If you ride, you know what I mean. That's why I insure with Shannon's. They get it. They share our passion and give us the features riders want, like limited use cover and multi-vehicle discounts. Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. Whatever you ride, ride with Shannon's.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Rare Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
move. Blake Delaney has to move out of the way.
Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome back to SRW TV, where tonight we are broadcasting live from Mount Panorama in the beautiful country town that is Bathurst in New South Wales. We are here tonight for our first top 10 shootout of the season, plus a 80-minute enduro race. The question is, who will tame the mountain this evening? I am Nathan ShiBBy Howard, and in the comms box next to me, as normal, is Thomas Preach-Riley. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ShiBBy. Good evening, everyone. I'm very, very, very excited to be here for Bathurst tonight. 6,132 metre long track. What is it, 22, 23 corners? That's really bad of me. Corners, maybe 21 corners around this wonderful track that climbs, near on 180 metres up Mount Panorama. We'll be looking for, I think there's 3 sectors around this racetrack tonight, which will be very exciting, especially when we get into qualifying in the top 10 shootout. 80-minute race tonight, so lots of action, I'm sure. Track temp will be up. It'll be a little bit slippy and slidey for all these drivers, but I'm sure they'll make the most of the conditions.
Mate, it's Australia. There's not many tracks here that aren't hot all year round, so they're going to have to get out there and get those tyres nice and warm and sticky and stick it around this track as best as they can. It's definitely going to be an interesting night, as it is the first top 10 shootout of the season, and we are currently looking at 36 cars registered for this race this evening. So it is going to definitely be an interesting one, especially when the race kicks off. And as you said, 80 minutes enduro tonight. Speaking of drivers, let's have a quick look at the current points table. Matt Whitaker. Oh, there we go. It's fixed itself. Matt Whitaker from Fishy Motorsports is leading the way in the AMS champion at the moment, sitting comfortably on 342 points. Peter Van Cran sitting there in 315 points. Darren Crosby from M1 Racing has managed to jump a spot since last week up into third on 303 points, as well as Liam Tipping has moved a spot up 2 on 301, which unfortunately means Jamie Davis has been bumped down 2 positions down into 5th spot. A lot of names to keep an eye on this evening, and especially as our season continues along. As you can see, the points are very, very competitive across the first 2 rounds. I'm definitely getting very excited about the rest of this season. Yeah,
absolutely. The 240 points on offer tonight. So lots of points on offer, much more than what was on offer at Long Beach or Zandvoort in the last 2 rounds. I'll tell you what, it's good to be commentating live.
yeah, that was fun though. We were commentating live.
That was fun.
Yeah, to us we were commentating live.
We hadn't seen any of it.
No, a little bit here and there from round 2, but nothing too serious. And yeah, I quite enjoyed it, and we still had all our viewers out there. So g'day to everybody who's joined us again this evening for round 3 of our simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM series. I bet there's a lot of you out there getting pumped for Bathurst tonight. I think this is a world-renowned favourite for V8 supercar drivers and many other different classes as well. Did you ever see any of the sidecar racing that used to go around this freaking heck of a track?
No.
Right?
I did not.
That stuff was crazy dangerous, and there's a reason that they stopped racing it, because multiple deaths were to Le Mans. Right, I think we are heading into qualifying, and that better go away. Yep, we are heading into qualifying. Cars are heading out for their out laps. Troy Sipple, Quantum Pecky's performance car there. The liveries look absolutely fantastic. loving the refresh on the liveries. Who is, geez, 055 got out of the gun and was out of there. Huge, huge fresh air.
Is it fresh air, or have they come out late and everyone else is on a lap now?
Could be, could be.
Because they're around quite a fair bit of the circuit to have gone
That's
as well as they have. It's Stephen Kennedy hasn't set a sector 1, so I dare say that he hasn't yet started a lap.
Trick me. How dare he? All right. Well, Sean Smith on board with us tonight for the Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam. We have a couple of other guys in there as well. We've got Dougie Guns Out Gowans, Petar Pavlovich, and of course Carrie, your average sim racer. All these guys will be up on your screen sometime through the night. As Sean comes around towards the final corners, we will jump on board with him and get a Warren and Brown, what do we call it? Warren and Brown Tools of the Track. Thanks to Preach here.
That works for me. So get yourself lined up nicely for the run down the start-finish straight. Going to be braking just about at the change in paint there, about 100 metres down to second gear, get the car tucked into the camber that's on the road. Don't use too much of the inside curb and then run it all the way out to the outside. And now the run up Mountain Straight. Gets it across to the left-hand side just to try and reduce some of the angle that you'll have up this hill. There's a good hump in the middle. Car gets a little bit unweighted, and then coming up, there's a little exit gate on the left-hand side. You're just braking before that. Tuck it into the camber nicely up through turn 2. Running up to the cutting now, up to the outside wall. Be careful of the inside wall when you're turning. You don't want to clip that wall. Ease the brakes on, get the car rotated into the cutting. Straighten the wheel, and then you can start to apply the power. Short shift to third. Up under the tree through Reed Park. Now up to Metal Grate. Use all the track entry. Might have just clipped the wall there on entry. Through McPhillamy over the top here. Careful to watch the rear slide. Open up the corner now down through Skyline, through the S's. You're dancing down here. He's dancing on the wheel. He's dancing on the pedals. Just catches it nicely. Gets it tucked in for the dipper. And I think he might have bailed out of that one. So unfortunate little error at the top of the hill there. So Matt Whitaker is leading on a 5-1. Got Jamie Davis in P2 and Peter Vanderkraan in P3 at the moment. All separated by not a whole lot. Whitaker's got just over 0.2 over Jamie Davis.
Great view as Matt comes down the mountain. Don't know if it'd be that green right now this time of the year.
He's clipped the wall. There's damage on the right-hand side of that car. Might not be helping too much of the straight line. Jamie Davis P2 here on the run up to Skyline. The attitude on the cars as they come down the hill. Very, very exciting indeed.
Right, should we see if we can jump on board with someone else? Petar Pavlovich is coming over the line now. Let's see how he is looking in his rig. Oh no, he's going to pull off. Nobody wants
and we
to
always do this. We always do this.
Nobody wants an onboard. Is he going to come back out? We're going to sit and watch him in the pits. Jace doesn't have his camera up today, mate. Otherwise, we definitely could. Oh, Petar's not going to come out either. Jeez Louise. Where's Cowie at? What's Cowie doing? Here we are as we come up the mountain on board with Cowie. Thanks to Warren Around Tools cockpit cam.
Taking it easy. I think he's on an outlap, so he's just not wanting to get in other people's way, just trying to let the tyres come up to temperature. Chase Douglas has done a purple second sector. Although maybe he hasn't. Came up purple. Must have been an outlap that he's on.
There's definitely a purple in there. Oh, who else we got? We've got Liam Tipping. A couple of greens in there. Hasn't managed to set a time yet. Don't forget tonight, ladies and gentlemen, after this qualifying session, we will be heading over into our first top 10 shootout. So right now, the benchmark is Andrew Cowan with a 2.06.32. A little bit of time for people to gain on, but there's really not much in it. All the way down to Stephen Kennedy in 14th place. There is, what is that? 3/100ths of a second between those four drivers. But he's sort of pulling over. Few mistakes being made. Meaning people have to, the drivers are pulling out of their laps. Gosh. Timing.
Nick Clifton coming along now to finish his lap. And it's good enough for 14th. So jumps himself up there on a 6.89.
Steve Martin then just jumps himself up into P17. Guys are starting to get laps in now, so you'll start seeing that timing table shuffling around a bit. Mitchell Muller as well on a couple of greens coming down the mountain for the 19MX Wraps team. Leakey as well just managed to get his first lap in of a 2.09. Want to get a little bit more out of that. Scotty Rattler just came flying through, moves himself up into 6th to 05.71.
Well, good finish to the lap there for Marty.
See if it was a valid lap.
Don't think it was.
That's the thing with how tight it is over the top of the mountain. It's very easy to bump a wall and get an X on your lap and it be invalid. Joe Marnie now out there as well, trying to get a lap in. Reese DeGoey launches himself into the 10th position for the Performance Sim Racing team, knocking Liam Tipping, who had actually bumped Andrew Cowan out. So Reese DeGoey is now the benchmark for our first top 10 shootout of the season. Stephen Banks has dropped in to say, hurry up, Petard, teammate is beating you. That's what we want to see, a bit of team rivalry out there. And Cowan's on a good start. It looks like he's got some good times in these sectors. A lot of cars out here. You can see just how flooded that track map is.
It really is pressure to make the top 10 tonight for all of these drivers.
Oh, Cowie over the finish line. It doesn't look like he got a valid lap. Won't improve. Darren Crosby now, though, coming over the finish line. A couple of greens in there. Moves up into 13th. Got to be happy with that. Stephen Kennedy as well, busting out a couple of green sectors in there. He will move up into P17. Marty Mitchell. Oh, not Mitchell Muller. Marty Mitchell. Will move
Does
up.
get himself up in 19. That's a decent lap time for those, for one of the 1N 19 MX Wraps cars. Decent result.
Peter Wilkinson on a lot of greens as well, but I think as he came across the line, may have been an invalid because I didn't see a time go up. DeGoey's out there again, trying to do better. Doesn't do any better, still holding in that 10th spot though.
So it is an incredibly tight back end of the top 10 at the moment, from 7th down to 11th, separated by just over 2.5 tenths. So lots of time for these drivers to try and get themselves in to the top 10. Jordan Nagoe, I've done it again. Reese Nagoe sitting there in 10th spot at the moment on a 6.02. Liam Tipping not too far behind on a 6.07. So
Haven't got long left either. I think most of these guys being a 2-minute 5 lap are going to want to get across this finish line very soon so they can get the final one in.
So who have we got? We've got Cowie with 78 car of Liam Tipping just coming down to turn into the chase now. And then the 67 of Craig Healy. And then Scott Weston. So it's going to be tight down there in terms of who we see come across the stripe first.
I believe Joe Marnie might have just bumped Reese DeGoey out because Chris Burridge has moved into 10th and DeGoey has dropped out of that top 10, so that has put Marnie from the JTIT on Oz team into that top 10 shootout in the final moments of this qualifying session, thanks to Racecraft Simulations. Peter Wilkinson getting some greens out there. Sean Smith as well, still on a lap.
Tell you what, Joe Marnie's on a good run here. Came out of the cutting, out of Forest Elbow very square. Running down the chase now, down Conrod straight to the chase, up over the rise. Oh, Mark Scafon up to the fastest corner in Australian motorsport. Pulls the car up nicely for the chase. Maybe just a little deep. Goes the final corner now. 3 greens in there. Turns it in nice and early. Lets the back slide in. And does improve by about half a tenth to put himself up into 8th spot. So at the moment it's Chris Burridge. M1 Racing sitting right on the cusp. Liam Tipping the next car to watch. Needs to find just over a tenth of a second to get himself into the top 10 now.
4 green sectors for Tipping. Could he knock Chris Burridge out at the last second?
Gets it nicely out of the final corner. Cowie jumps up to 10th. Is he going to be displaced by Tipping? Oh! Yes, he is. Tipping goes all the way to 4th on a 5.43. So that knocks Cowan just out of the top 10. Couple of drivers coming across to finish their laps now, including the 268 of Peter Wilkinson. Does improve his time to a 10.9. But it will be Jamie Davis who has provisional pole position here for our enduro round with the top 10 shootout. Matt Whitaker will be the second last car out. The first car out, though, for Accelerate Sim Racing will be Mark Horton. So the drivers will all jump out of this session. And then we'll go to another server where the top 10 shootout will be, whilst they set up the grid for the next session for the race as well. So the top 10 have another chance to try and improve their position. And everyone from 11th down to 38 will be will take their grid spot as they qualified.
It was very unfortunate for Mr. Andrew Cow and then managed to sneak himself into that top 10 right on the last lap, only to be outdone by Liam Tipping, who launched himself up into P4 to knock Cowie straight back out of that top 10. I definitely think that Cowie starting from P11 is going to be one to watch over Bathurst here tonight. But we are going to take a quick intermission to jump on over into our top 10 shootout. As you can see, Jamie Davis, Matt Whittaker, Peter Vanderkran, Liam Tipping, Jace Douglas, Scotty Rattler Van Loom, Travis Daly, Dylan DeBono, Joe Marnie and Mark Horton will all be heading through to this first top 10 shootout of the season. Please stick with us for a couple of minutes while we go to an ad break. We will be right back for your viewing pleasure for the top 10 shootout. Thanks for joining us, Kyber. You've thrown in chat there while we were on this ad break. I've got a bit of time to chat to anybody out in chat that wants to say g'day while we swap on over to the top 10 shootout. Said, hey guys, I've just started racing in iRacing. Been practicing at Bathurst. Only can't get better than a 2.09. After 6 laps, my tyres are stuffed. Any advice? I guarantee, because I'm not going to be able to give you any advice, but a few of the guys in chat, I'm sure, will be able to give you some advice. And, mate, if you want to join our Discord, the link is in the description below. Come on, jump on over. There is over 300 other iRacers in our Discord that are more than happy to have a chat and help you with some information. So,
It's a freedom like no other. It's part of who I am.
Cowie's dropped in and said fast top 10. Mate, that was crazy. It was you and Tipping last on the track, essentially, looking for those top 10 spots. You got yourself up in there only to just Tipping just absolutely slam his final lap and take P4, mate. So, unfortunately for you, Cowie, it was a solid lap, mate. But I think you're in a really prime position still starting P11 anyway, buddy. So, no stress there, champ. Fishy up the front. I had your sound off, so nobody actually asked that question.
Do you want me to say it again?
No, I didn't turn your comms back on. You just asked me if I... No, your comms are on, mate. Your comms are on.
You just champed Cowie.
I did. He is a champ.
Oh, no. He's gone and done it again.
What's wrong with
Cowie,
champ? What's wrong with champ?
Oh.
We're making a thing of this all season now, Preach.
Oh, you're going to get ridiculed in the comments. Everyone's going to make a meal of you. I can't believe you're just throwing champs out left, right, and centre.
Oh, mate, I am the best champ.
That is egregious.
Yep, good. All right, so Ty Delaney said, yeah, broadcast boys, how are you? We're doing good, mate. We are great. We are glad to be back on the broadcast with both of us. and doing it live, of course. The replay broadcasts were a lot of fun, but it definitely took a lot out of us. Smashing out, I did 3 in that day, but Tom and I, yeah, we enjoy this. The V8 AM series, again, I've done this for quite a few seasons now as a broadcaster, so they are definitely one of my favourites. I love watching the AMs get out here and show us that it says AMs, but I tell you what, these guys are still ridiculously quick. So Cliver says, cheers mate, you'll join the Discord. Awesome. All right, we are back in the session, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back over to a live shot while our race stewards of who is it tonight? Tyson McAvoy and Matt Jones are our race stewards. They are going over with our drivers right now the rules and regulations of how the Top 10 Shootout works. If you at home don't know how Top 10 Shootout works, they get 1 out lap to warm up their tyres and get settled into the car, and then they get 1 hot lap or 1 fast lap, and they only get 1. So any mistakes to cause any off-tracks 1Xs will make that lap invalid, and this is a top 10 battle for who will take out pole position tonight for our 80-minute race. So get strapped in and get ready for some awesome racing. And I think we're nearly ready to go. I need to just ping Tyson, let him know we are ready, unless he's watching, which you always are.
Of course, always he's watching.
Yeah, Ty says, yeah, the lap times between the AMs are so close. Yes, they are, Ty. Mate, and I have a funny feeling that in the ProAm series, mate, if you keep driving the way you're doing, I think at such a young age with so much more, in you to give to racing, that you might just becoming a pro sooner than you expect. Because, mate, did you put on an awesome show on Sunday night? Fishy Esports says he's champed him. Yeah, mate, I'll champ you too, champ. I know how broadcasting works. All we got to do is get all of you chatting as much as possible, and it helps the algorithm. Speaking of algorithms, if you guys have enjoyed any part of this tonight or love watching your favorite team or your favorite driver out there week in, week out, let them know by hitting that like button so more people get brought into our broadcast so they can all cheer on your favorite drivers as well. Also, what we haven't done yet is the inaugural every week, who's better, Ford v Holden. So we are going to get that up any second now. Get that poll up. It was a tie. Sunday night, it was 26 votes in, and it was a tie game across Ford and Holden. 50-50 the votes both ways. The first one we ever did, Ford won by a staggering 70%. We are just, I think, Mark. I'm on the wrong car. There we go. It's Mark Horton that is going to be heading out first. Let me get this poll up. And if I see more of you voting in the poll than I do likes on the broadcast tonight, we're ending it early. I'm just going to can it, and you'll have to deal with it. All right. Mark Horton is heading out to do his warm-up lap. Let's get a poll going. You know what? It's still gonna be Ford versus Holden, because in our series it is a Holden, but eventually it will become Ford versus Chevy. The poll is just about to go up. Let us know if you bleed red or if you bleed blue. The poll will end at the end of this broadcast, so the more of you get the votes in, the better. Oh, Ford is off to a demanding lead. Good to see. Good to see. I do believe my co-commentator might just bleed red.
I do, in fact, bleed red.
Yeah.
I do, in fact, do do worship the mighty lion.
Yeah, well, we got a bit of a clash here. You've got a.
There you go. You've copped a Holden vote from me.
Oh no, I've got to get in there and get my vote in as well. Don't forget, guys, while you're getting that vote in on the poll, if you have been enjoying this broadcast, please let us know by hitting that like button. If you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because we go live 5 nights a week here on SRW TV. Ty Delaney asked a good question. Which will come first to iRacing, Rain or Gen 3? Mate, I'm going to use that as a poll next time. So thank you so much for your input there, champ.
You're still doing it. I can't believe you.
Mate, if it gets a reaction out of people, it's a great way to get that algorithm working for us. It's all right. You're lucky I haven't champed you yet, champ.
Oh, stop it.
All right, Mark Horton is coming around the final corner. We will jump on board and ride on through as he takes to his first and only lap for our top 10 shootout here, thanks to Racecraft Simulations.
Turns the car in nicely for turn 1. Not a whole lot of wheel spin. Leaves it in third gear on the run through the cutting. Up over the exit curb. So that's Griffin's. Up to the cutting now. Rotates nicely into the corner. Short shifts third over the little hump. Up to under the tree now at Reed Park. Little bit of oversteer. Want to just clip that inside curb. Lots of curb at the great to McPhillamy. Eases off. Eases back onto the throttle now, downhill through Skyline, through the S's. It's in a second gear nicely. Just stepped away from him a little bit just before the dipper. Oh, big oversteer, big wall hit there too. So that will be substantial damage to the left front with that Accelerate Commodore. And he's bailed out of it. So he's just going to get the car back to pits. So P10, you can't do any worse than P10 tonight in the top 10 shootout. So
let's get him in here, because it was looking like a good lap. Have a chat with the Accelerate Sim Sports driver, Mark Horton. How you doing, mate?
Hey, how you going, guys? Pushing a bit too hard there.
It was looking a bit...
yeah, we just... oh.
Didn't have much to lose, mate, so I thought give it a good old red hot crack, and it came all apart.
Yeah, it just looked like car just really got away from you, just heading down towards the dipper. So was that you just trying to catch it on the exit, or was that, you know, you were a bit shaky? Was the track hot or something?
The track has actually cooled off from the practice and qualifying, so track's 37 degrees now, which isn't too bad. Just pushing hard, mate. Sorry, I got voice control in my ear. Yeah, just a bit hot into there and a bit squirrely, and tried to catch it and heated the tyres up, and then down through the dipper, just clobbered the wall there and lap over. So,
well, as you said, mate, you can't do much worse than starting out of 10th anyway. So, eyes forward to the race, mate. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, Joe Marnie for JT, IT Race on Oz. It's heading down towards... ooh, excuse me. Just had a gravy burp.
Ooh, that's good.
It was delicious.
I bet.
Yes, Joe Marnie, defending AMS champion.
Well, Season 2
Season
champion.
2 champion, sorry. Yep, I keep forgetting there's a lot of seasons in a year. coming around now the final corner.
Lap started off nice and neat and tidy. Car bit into turn one into the camber of the road there, just perfectly for him. Running up the hill now, up Mountain Straight. We're going to have first timing intermediate here. Won't give us a huge representation on what he's managed. He's just about 200ths away from what Mark Horton managed through sector one.
I think I've got a better timing thing.
Nice and aggressive on the throttle. He's in second gear a little bit later than everyone else. Gets car tucked in nicely for the dipper. Really nice and controlled on the exit, using all the track real estate he can. Car tucks in perfectly for the elbow. Runs it right out to the wall. So just a little bit further away than what Mark Horton managed through the first three sectors. But it's been a clean lap so far. Uses all the entry space for the chase. Brakes nice and late. Gets it tucked in there nicely. Doesn't use the inside curb. Uses all the exit space. Controls the wheel spin. Gets the car to bite nicely into the final corner. And this has looked like a very neat and tidy lap for Joe. Good enough for a 2 minutes 6.037. So a very solid lap time for Joe there. He'll be very happy with that. To just get that one on the board. Can do no worse than ninth. So we'll certainly be hoping to carry some of this pace, and a good performance he's had in a couple of races so far this season through into the next couple of weeks. All right, so Dylan DeBono next. He's been on form in most of the series he's been a part of, F3 and GR86 as well, but he's really showing up some of these AM drivers this season so far for Velocity Sim Sport. Uses the inside curb for turn one. Gets the car to sit out there nicely on the exit. So we'll see what his first intermediate is as he just comes up over the hill here. So 22.67, so about 2/10 away from what Joe managed. So looking like an okay lap so far, nice and smooth. Second intermediate will be just on the exit of the cutting on the run up to Reed Park. Right of the bumps nicely, right up to the wall. Found 2/10 on what Joe managed. Almost matched what Mark Horton managed as well through that first sector, through that second intermediate. Runs the car nicely up to the wall. Lots of grip, it looks like. Car rotates very smoothly through the dipper. Purple through the fourth intermediate as well. So this is looking like a great time from Dylan here. He's already found about 4/10 on what Joe's managed We get the next timing intermediate here, so it's going to be close between Dylan and Joe. Hammers the inside curb to just help slow the car up, get it to rotate through the apex down to Murray's corner for the final time on this lap. And crosses the stripe and does a 2-minute 5.691. So puts 4/10 on what Joe was able to do. So it's a healthy gap.
All right, that was Dylan DeBono, driver of the 03 for Velocity Sim Lab. Let's get him in here now. Hey, Dylan.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good, mate. Pretty pumped after that lap.
Man, that was a fun lap, eh? Always fun to do shootout around here.
Yeah, first one of the season, mate, and then an 80-minute enduro at Bathurst. Very well-known track, mate. You're looking pretty comfortable. That car was looking pretty fast. How are you feeling about going into the race tonight?
Yeah, that lap was alright. I missed the apex at the cutting. Probably lost a few tenths there, but I feel my race pace is pretty good, so we should be there about.
Nice, mate. Hopefully we can talk to you at the end because I've got a few questions to ask about what you know and what you learnt from all the Excel racing you do and what you can carry over into the 3 different classes that you're doing with us this season. So I'll see how you go, mate, and we'll keep tabs on you.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
Good luck tonight, mate.
Thanks, ShiBBy. Thanks, mate. Thanks, guys.
On board now, Travis Daly for the Performance Sim Racing team. A nice cockpit cam shot of Travis here as he goes up the mountain. Does have a big time ahead of him. Dylan was very, very quick.
Purple to the first sector. And purple to the second as well. So this is like a very committed lap from Travis here. This car looks like it's got quality trim written all over it. Progressive throttle nicely through McPhillamy Park. Another purple sector pops up for him. Just lost a 10th over what Dylan managed through the run down through the S's. It's a long run down Conrod Straight. All the track used on entry for the chase now. Hard on the brakes, used lots of engine braking, then you could hear the revs as he went through to turn in up to the final corner. Car pulling up straight. Might have just been a little deep. There should be a very impressive lap time, and it is. It's a 4.84.
Whee, that's quicker than the qualifying session.
8/10. Quicker than the qualifying session. He's put 8/10 on Dylan DeBono, and we have a 4 in the AMs.
That is ridiculously quick. Well, the man of the moment, Travis Daly from Performance Sim Racing.
How you going?
Mate, that was a mega lap. To do a 4 faster than what anyone managed in the qualifying session, that's pretty impressive. Give us your thoughts.
No, track actually felt... I was a bit hesitant at first, but no, the track felt excellent. Made a couple of changes from quali to now, and it paid off. But I was very happy with the car.
Got a few guys out there, mate, saying let's go PSR. A nice lap, Trav. So well done, mate. Looking super comfortable in there. How are you feeling about going into an 80-minute enduro tonight?
Going to be tough, but just got to push on. the main thing is going to be looking after the tyres and playing strategy.
100%, mate. Well, good luck tonight, mate. And right now, you are holding that Racecraft Simulations pole position for Bathurst here this evening, mate. So congratulations, and get out there and have some fun tonight.
No worries. Cheers for that, guys.
Next to start his lap is Scotty Rattler Van Loon for Quantum Pecky's Performance Sim Racing. Is it sim racing or just racing? We'll just go with sim racing.
We make up our own rules here in the comms box, don't we?
Oh, look. It's got performance racing on there.
Yeah,
so,
it's Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing, yeah.
Yeah. That's probably because it's performance sim racing that I get confused. Anyway, car looks nice and hooked up through turn 2. Looks like he's made that apex nicely. Doesn't use anywhere near as much exit as we see some drivers use. Really happy to square the car off out of the cutting. Using all the track real estate up through the tree, through Great now. Might have just been a hairline away from the line he wanted through McPhillamy. Slides it over Skyline. It's a very neat dip up. Car pulled up square for the elbow. Might have clipped that inside wall where it just juts out, sort of a little puff of dust. Listen to that V8 roar.
Five green sectors so far, and we've seen people take pole position off green sectors in the top 10 shootout. Looking extremely smooth and fast.
Comes across the stripe, and it's good enough for P2, a 5.37. So a good lap time there for Scotty. He'll be happy with that, I'm sure. We'll get him in the box in just a second.
We will get Mr. Scotty Rattler Van Loon in the box right now.
Scotty, mate, nice lap. A 5.3. That's a very, very competitive lap time there. Did you do many setup changes for the shootout lap, or just send it with what you had?
Nah, just sent it with what I had. Just used the vet set that we used, I don't know, 3 months ago. So yeah, no, it was all right. It was clean. That's all I wanted to do. Just keep it clean and not get any concrete puffs off the wall or tap that. And you know, anywhere in the top 10, stay out of troubles is always a good thing, boys.
Yeah, it looked like you might have. I hate to say it, on our screen, it looked like you just clipped the inside wall at the elbow. Just a little puff of dust where the wall juts out. But that might have just been one of those netcode things. Looking ahead to the race, mate. Looking ahead to the race, mate. What's your thoughts on strategy?
Well, it depends on the safety cars. Like realistically, because of the track temp, and there's a lot of amateur guys in here that aren't real experienced. I'd say we're going to have a few safety cars. So whatever strategy you got, I think it's going to be thrown out the window. I'm expecting probably 6 safety cars. We'll just go with the flow, see what happens, and yeah,
work it out the last
in the team. So see how we go.
Yeah, fair. Buy a ticket to the last couple of laps, mate. That's what's that? That's what Crompo always says. So go well tonight, mate, and we'll see what happens at the end.
Yep. Love your broadcast. Cheers, boys.
Jason Douglas now, feature race winner at Long Beach last time out. Like a very neat start to his lap here. Slides it out of the cutting. Gets wide through the little kink up to Reed Park. All the track used under the tree. Currently about 4 tenths away from what we've seen Travis Daly manage. Pretty much bang on through that third intermediate though. Car looks super hooked up down through the dipper into elbow now. Just had to be a little bit patient on throttle on the exit, but does pull up a purple sector by almost 2/10 over what Travis Daly managed. So this car definitely hooked up across the top. See how far away he is down the hill here. Oh, he's almost matched what Travis managed. So this is turning out to be a good lap here for Jace. Nice and square on the exit. Let's see what lap time he does. It's a 4.9, so manages to find a decent amount of time. 2/10 across the top, down through the S's, and then 2/10 in that final sector through the chase. So braking performance very, very good there for Jace Douglas. We'll get him in the box for Dynamic Sim Sports. Jace, mate, lovely lap. Looked like you had a fair bit of grip down the hill and under brakes into the chase. That's where you found most of your time.
Yeah, it was pretty good, but not as good as I thought it would have been.
It still sits you there in second, mate. So you're sitting all right to be. You'll definitely be in the top 5 when it comes to the final grid when that gets set. So you'll be in a decent spot for the race. What's your strategy heading down into turn 1? Is it just send it and see what happens, or try and just take it easy and wait for your chance?
Take it easy, and then when it hits about 10 laps to go, then we'll see what we can do. So just keep following people and make sure they make mistakes so we can just go through.
Well, mate, cracking lap tonight. Good luck in the race. And before we go, give all your followers a quick wave to the camera, mate, because you were on the Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam. All right,
yeah.
champion.
All right.
Have a great race tonight, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Liam Tipping starting his lap, running up Mountain Straight now. 22.3. So it's looking like this is also going to be a very quick lap time. Uses the rear brake to turn it into Griffin's Bend, turn 2. A little bit of oversteer on exit. Oh, right up to the wall.
Ooh, see that rear end stepping out.
He's absolutely chasing this lap. One thing that I know that drivers might like to do in the shootout, just to try and find extra lap time, is I'll just take a notch or two a wing out and just see what happens. And I feel like looking at the way that this rear end is performing here, I think he might have just done that. So we will see probably big benefit heading down Conrod. Across the top, he's a little bit further away. More closer to what Jason Douglas had managed across the top. Another split here. 25.58, so matched what Jason managed on that last lap. Definitely a little bit skatey. Comes across the stripe here to finish his lap. Puts himself into P4 on a 5.65. So about half a tenth away from what, half a tenth faster than what Dylan had managed. Liam, mate, I have one question. Did you take wing out?
No, I did not.
No.
No.
Wow, it looked like you were chasing in the rear the whole lap. So
yeah, it did feel really loose.
I don't know, it didn't feel as good as it did in the qual session. Yeah, I don't know. I'd actually softened off the rear bar a bit to try and give it a bit more rear traction, but yeah, nah, just it was just really loose from the cutting all the way down the bottom of the hill.
Alrighty, mate. So looking ahead to the race, what are your thoughts with regards to strategy or what you might be working on with Joe to try and work your way through the field?
Look, I think, it's 80 minutes of racing around here. I think just the biggest thing is just keep it off the walls and just don't do anything silly. Just you got to be there in the last 15 minutes to really have any sort of decent result.
Well, I'm very, very excited for the last 20 minutes of this race because it sounds like everyone's just going to be going hammer and tong towards the end. So good luck, mate, and we'll watch with interest.
Thanks, guys.
On board now, Peter Van der Kraan, driver of the number 31 for Angry Birds Racing. Guys, if you are enjoying this broadcast tonight, don't forget to let us know by hitting that like button. I see 44 of you have put a vote against Ford versus Holden, but only 15 of you have hit that like button. It's just as easy to do as hit that vote, and it is a tied game. 44 votes in, 50-50 Ford Holden. Speaking of Holdens, that is what Peter is driving. Driving it very well so far up over the mountain.
Sitting up there in pizza in the championship at the moment. Laid on the brakes into the chase. Lots of engine braking use, clips that inside curb at the chase. Nice and smooth on the exit. Gets it through there nicely to finish the lap. What does he manage? A 5.7, so puts himself in a 6th place. Probably not what he was hoping for, but those 4s are definitely hard to get, it turns out.
Have Peter in the comms box with us now, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, guys.
I think is this the first time you've been in the comms box with us?
That's the first time I've been in the comms box. First time I've done a top 10 shootout. It's quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, did you feel the pressure?
I certainly did. I was very conservative for the whole lap. It was sitting here cold for half an hour before getting started, something new as well.
Mate, the top 10s, we've heard even the pro drivers come through, and when they run their first one, the pressure is on and the nerves are there. So it also makes it harder that you're towards the back of the pack, mate. So, but you've run all right, mate. Look, honestly, P7, the worst you can do now with Matt on his way. So, mate, still a solid looking lap. And how are you going to tackle the 80 minutes enduro?
Yeah, well, happy with that. Anywhere in the top 10's a good start. I'll be running a very conservative race tonight, just trying to stay out of trouble, and hopefully I can put together some good strategy to get past a few of the boys.
Well, mate, we will be watching on, and so will the 59 other people out in the broadcast, mate. So we have a massive viewership tonight, so they are all going to be cheering you guys on out there, mate. So good luck tonight, and hopefully we get to talk to you in this comms box again another time.
Great, thank you very much.
All right, Matt Whitaker, or Whitaker, I can't remember. I'm sure I'll ask him. The driver of 823 Fishy Motorsports driver. Ty Delaney's already been cheering him on all night as he heads up over the mountain.
Oh, the commitment up through Reed Park then.
Oh, how close is he getting to these walls?
Using all the track. We know the Fishy boys as a team are all fast, and Matt here is really showing it in the AMs. Super committed so far throughout this whole lap. He's running to turn 1. He just turned it at the corner and it's stuck. Super fast, lots of grip out there for these drivers. Richie on the rear brake, heading through the elbow. Oh, a little bit of wheel spin on the exit. That'll hurt his exit speed and his terminal velocity down this straight.
Oops, that's not a safety car. What button have I accidentally hit?
2 purples. This is really going to challenge what Travis Daly's managed at the top of the timing screen. Up to the final corner now. Gets the throttle down nicely. Let's see what he manages. Oh, was there an off track in there?
I think that is an invalid lap. He's managed an invalid lap. That was so fast though. Well, let's get him in here and find out what's happened. Matt, first off, how do you pronounce your last name?
Whitaker.
Whitaker, okay. So I get it right at least 9 times out of the 10 times I say it.
That's all right, mate.
Where did you get your invalid lap?
I think I think it was coming down the dipper. I didn't feel anything, so yeah, that's all right.
I don't think we saw anything on the broadcast that really gave it away that you'd clip something.
No, I didn't feel anything, but I saw the contact come up, so I think it was through the dipper, but that's all right.
Well, mate, look,
I think I was on for a 4.9 or something like that, so
we would have had 3 AMs in the 4s. That is crazy.
But that's all good. Long race, mate.
Yes, it is, buddy. It is. You excited for 80 minutes of Bathurst?
Oh, can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah, a long night, but it'll be good fun.
Yeah, you got your spotter. Got your spotter out there with you?
Yeah, one of the boys will jump in, I reckon. So,
as long as they don't chew your ear off or badger you too much during the racing, then
probably keep me, help me keep my eyes forward. So probably get one of the boys on board.
Good luck tonight, mate. I'm sure we will be watching on with eager eyes, mate. And I know there's a lot of people in the chat right now that are as well. So good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
All right, on board with the auto serve Ford Mustang of Jamie Davis. Got a few of the supporters out there tonight as well. Yeah, sorry, Blake. Yeah, we will take a short break. Yeah, that was close to a short break after the top 10 while the next session gets set up for the race. Massive shout out to 59 of you tonight. That is a Sim Racing World TV record for live viewers. Give yourselves a huge pat on the back for helping us break that record this evening.
Jamie Davis is absolutely sending this Mustanger across the top of the mountain here. Purple through the 3rd sector. See what he manages in this little run out of the dipper. 11.5. So this is going to be really close with Travis Daly. I think we might be looking.
Oh, he's hit the wall! That's it. That's his lap done. That is so unfortunate. We don't want to see that in top 10 shootouts. It is way more exciting to see them get around. Jamie, mate, that was absolutely unfortunate, but wow, oh wow, were you pushing that car to its limit.
Yeah, just got a little bit greedy there, but Travis done an extremely great time, so that was the only thing to do.
Yeah, you had to push it hard to try and get up there with both Travis and Jason getting into the the fours this evening at Bathurst, mate. But hey, look, you got to finish in the top 10. You're in a really great spot. It is an 80-minute race, so still a very long, race ahead of yourself. You plan to tackle the first half of the endurance?
Just take it nice and easy. Just follow the cars, save the fuel, and it's all about buying a ticket for that final stint.
Yep, that's pretty much what we've heard from a couple of the other drivers tonight, mate. Well, that was an unfortunate for your top 10. That's your first top 10 shootout with us here at SRW, isn't it?
This is my third round for SRW. I'm a newcomer to it.
Yeah, how'd you feel with the pressure going into the top 10?
A lot more nerve-wracking than I thought. I'm just more disappointed because I got a program that gives me my splits and it said I was on for a 4-4.
Oh, mate, that was looking good. We've spoken to a lot of guys over the last few seasons since we started running the top 10s that being last out and having to sit there and just watch everybody else go around is the worst. Most of the guys have said, look, I would rather just get out there and get the lap done. Is that sort of how you were feeling? Your hands getting a bit clammy as you were sitting there waiting for your turn?
As the cars were getting ticked off and sent out, it was more nerve-wracking. But then, once I got the all clear to hit the track, it was just head down and let's stick a lap together. That I couldn't achieve that.
Well, mate, you qualified P1 in the qualifying session, so it shows you've definitely got a lot of pace, mate. So you've only got to get around, 9 other drivers to get yourself out out on that front. And yeah, congratulations on getting yourself in the top 10 shootout for the first time, mate. And we definitely look forward to seeing how your season goes here on SRW.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. But thank you very much, boys. Let's have a good race.
No problems, mate. All right, that was Jamie Davis from the Auto Serve Ford Mustang, driver of the 92 car. Bear with us for a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you so much for helping us break a viewership record tonight with 59 of you out there. Also, just an update on the poll. If nobody can see it, Holden has taken the lead. There is 51 votes, still only 22 likes on this video. My maths isn't working out quite well there. I feel like there might be a few more likes coming. But thank you so much for joining us this evening for the simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM series here at Mount Panorama in Bathurst. Please stick with us for a short intermission while we get the race service set up. And we will be back very soon to go green racing. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting the race service set up. Go grab yourself a drink and some snacks as we have 80 minutes of Bathurst ahead of us. Thank you again for everybody for tuning in tonight for the simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM series.
Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project. Spares has over 50,000 product lines and releases over 500 new products every year. Your local Rare Spares distributor has what you need when you need it. And as the only restoration company officially backed by Holden and Ford, we take our part in your project very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
Thanks for sticking with us, everybody. We will be going live very soon for our 80 Minutes Endurance here at Bathurst. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. And an update on that poll with 57 votes in. Holden are leading the way at 54%, which is a very disappointing sight. I need a few of you out there to change your vote from the red to the blue.
very seriously. Rare Spares, more than just a part in your project.
Thank you everyone for bearing with us while we set up, well not we, but while our race stewards set up the race session for us tonight. It is a manually entered grid due to the top 10 shootout, so sometimes it can take a little bit of time, and during that time we've had a few late entries to the race that will be starting at the back of the grid, which looks like we will be pushing towards 40 cars taking on the mountain this evening. While we've got a little bit of time, we will go on a chopper view, follow our race steward Tyson around. So if he does make a mistake in that beautiful BMW GT car, we will make sure we get that on broadcast. But we will have a quick look at our current points again. just so everybody is up to date with where everybody is sitting at the moment. Only 2 rounds in, and this is your points table. Can you see that, Tom?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
yes.
good.
Matt Whitaker leading the points at the moment, 342 points. Peter Van der Kraan in P2 on 315. And Darren Crosby there on 303. So Crosby and Tipping both jumped up a spot each. Jamie Davis down 2 after the race at Long Beach last time out. Couple of drivers there who'll be hoping to jump further forward. Andrew Cowan down in 15th and Travis Daly, our pole sitter, down in 16th. So he'll be hoping to try and turn his season around, starting right here at Bathurst. There's a couple of names further afield as well that probably aren't the happiest people out there in terms of their performance so far. Joe Marnie down in 26th position at the moment. He's one of those drivers who will definitely jump up the standings. Jason Douglas as well will be hoping to jump up. Of course, he had a great run last time out at Long Beach, winning that feature race. So
Jace Douglas also had a great run in the Pro-Am race on Sunday night as well. So,
I heard that.
Yeah, if you guys are new to SRW TV, we run the AM series on a Tuesday night, and then Sunday nights, our big show, we get our Pro-Am. So the amateurs get a second chance to get out there and race the track again, but we also throw our pros out there, and I tell you what, it is just as good as watching the Tuesday night broadcast. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell to see another V8 Supercar race on Sunday nights.
Definitely. So it should be a good race nonetheless this evening. Lots more cars on the grid.
Yeah, that grid
That's
packed
the key
out
thing.
very fast.
Yes, lots more cars on the grid tonight. So not got the 38 cars that we're expecting. We're probably up more like 40, 42. So almost at our capped entry list number. So it's good to see a full grid of AMs here. I'm going to go as far as say this is SRW's premier series now.
100%.
In terms of quality of the racing, the amount of drivers on the grid, and just the close battles that we get every single week. Tyson doing his best to stalk the Mustang of Liam Tipping up in front. I think that is. Or it might be Mirko. No, it's Liam Tipping, I think. Is it? Oh no, it's Dan Mirko up in front.
Yeah, so Mirko wasn't with us during the qualifying session. But has it be is that if you don't make the qualifying session, but you can make the race session, you will be added to the back of the grid, so you can still get out here and have a race, which has happened tonight because our field has gotten much bigger this evening. Ray Douglas has chimed in. Good evening, Ray. I think I missed a couple of your messages earlier this evening, mate. The chat has just been going crazy. But thanks for joining us again, Ray, Jace Douglas's dad. As I said, there's a lot of concrete walls out there and a lot of testosterone going on tonight. So bring it on, boys. Hope Jace and the DSS boys bring it home tonight after a long race. They're the sort of messages we want to see, supporting your team out there. We got
what have we got, ShiBBy?
Oh, Stephen's message. The boss man's messaging me. We've had a few guys that we haven't been able to get up on the Warren and Brown Tools cockpit cam. So while we've got a bit of time, we've got Sean Smith here. He is new to our broadcast. He has managed to fix his camera because earlier his camera was frozen, and there we go now. There is Sean Smith for Wildfire Racing, sitting in his triples, looking nice and comfy in there. We got a little puppy dog laying on a mat next to him. He does. Great looking car. Fanatec logo up the side. Bright green, cannot miss this one. Getting a few warm-up laps in. We will be going into grid within the next 5 minutes. There's a 15-minute practice just to allow all the drivers time to go and have a break, stretch their legs and get into this session before we go live. Looking good out there, Sean. Let's see how well his steering wheel matches up with the inputs on iRacing. I'd say that's looking nearly pretty spot on. Might be a millisecond delay. I love being able to see our drivers in their cockpits at home, flying around Bathurst. What else we got out there? Where's we got Guns Out Gowans? Where's my man Guns Out Gowans? Let's get him up on screen as well. There he is, Mr. Doug Grandpa Gowans, soon to change his name to Doug Guns Out Gowans. Lives up in the tropics of Queensland, so he's pretty much wearing exactly what I'm wearing right now, just some board shorts and a singlet, because it is being extremely hot days right now. And he's going to pull over. Give us a flex.
What do you expect?
Give us a flex. Oh, Doug, give us a flex, mate. I see a smart racer is not watching the broadcast.
Do I message him?
Yeah, see if he reads it. If he does...
Oh, no, I can't, because I'm watching. I'm not registered as a car in the session. I can't message him in SIM.
Bugger. I was going to say, if he does flex, we'll be, I will be changing his name in Discord to Doug Guns Out Gowans. We've also got Mr. Petar Pavlovich on board for Pacific Esports Racing. He's got more of a cockpit direct cam over his shoulder, looking straight down at his arms and his steering wheel. Marnik Turf Machinery says, "What a hottie!" I think he's talking about Dougie.
The catch.
Oh.
That's a crash.
It was a crash. Matty Boyle says, "Wait till you come to Cairns, then you'll enjoy the heat." No, I'll pass. Yep, heat's great. Humidity is horrible. He's got a bit of damage. We are getting ready to start that grid within the next 2 minutes. Looks like everybody is starting to finalise their warm-up laps. Brett Taylor from Valve Motorsport is out there as well. Driver of the 175 and that orange and black ZB Commodore with that those lovely cat eyes on the front there, shining in green. Can't miss that one. Whoa, that was close between the Becky's car. It is going to be a crazy start to the race this evening. Looking forwards to it. All right, what's everybody's thoughts on a safety car? Oh no, Holden's winning 55 to 45%. This can't be happening. All right, time to make a couple of alt counts. Fix that. Wait, maybe if I just cancel poll. It never happened.
It happened. Chats. Screen clip it.
Yeah, chat.
Clip it and ship it.
They have
Clip it and ship it, chat.
They've spoken tonight. 58 votes, and it has gone in Holden's Way. At this present time, we still have an 80-minute race ahead of us. The grid is getting...
That is the end of the practice session. Getting onto the grid now. Lining up on the pole is Travis Daly from Performance Sim Racing with that blitz of a lap. Jason Douglas will line up alongside him in P2. Scotty Rattler for Quantum Pecky's Performance Racing in 3. Liam Tipping out of 4. Dylan DeBono and Peter Van de Kran off of row 3. Joe Marnie, Jamie Davis, Matt Whitaker and Mark Horton will round out the top 10. Andrew Cowan unlucky to miss out on that top 10 shootout, just being pipped by Tipping. He'll start out of 11th alongside M1 Racing's lead driver tonight in Chris Burridge. Jumping over the page, Reese Degoe out of 13 with Darren Crosby out of 14, Stephen Kennedy and Troy Sipple, Padar Pavlovich and Lorne McKee, Blake Gallen and Mark Peck round out the 20. Mick Clifton, Scott Weston, Sean Smith, Mitchell Muller, and then Simon Haynes, Stephen Martin, Brett Taylor, Dougie Gowans, Scott Perrins and Craig Healy in 30th, Greg Leake, Shane Newens, Tyler Sheaf, Peter Wilkinson, Dan Merckx, Mirko, Bruce White, and then the final couple of drivers is Dylan Budzieni. I think I've pronounced that right, or Budzieni, one of the two. And then, of course, Tyson and Matt Jones are our race directors, race controllers, safety car drivers, the whole lot tonight. But who have we got starting around the corner? I think that might have been Sean Smith starting around the corner.
There's quite a few around the corner, mate. Sean Smith.
So,
where you at, mate? There, so car 23 right on the corner. Yep, so we get a pan shot here. You can see that is a big field of cars, goes right around the corner and up towards the Armour All walkover. So
I think the last time I saw that in real life might have been the 86s at Bathurst. So
the 86 series, yeah.
Real life 86s.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yep. They are the Toyota Gazoo Racing Australia 86 series. Gazoo Racing Australia.
Are they still the what do you call it? They used to have the Porsche Cup before the V8 Supercars, and then the 86s took over, correct?
They still have Porsche Cup.
Oh, that's good.
Porsche Cup is still on the Supercars calendar. I think their season finale is at the Gold Coast, or it was last year, I think. So, big race coming up, next weekend? So not too far away from the second last round of the Supercars Championship as well. But we're going to get ready for a start here in just a second. Travis Daly off the pole position. Staggered grid format here in iRacing. So we might not have been starting as far around the corner as what we are. So just waiting for that grid timer to kick over for us. And revs rise, we get ready for a start here. And it's a good start from Travis Daly. Lovely start though from Jason Douglas. They'll go down into turn 1. And it will be Douglas who'll take the run up the hill. Scotty Rattler Van Loon gets another great start, so he'll file into second, and then it's Liam Tipping and Travis Daly running themselves up towards turn 2 for the first time. Oh, it sounded like there might have been carnage in the back.
It was actually in the
ShiBBy, go to track cams, please. ShiBBy, go to track cams. Joe Marnie's been turned around in the back. And there's a bottleneck coming out of the cutting here. We're coming up to the cutting. Joe looks like he's got a little bit of damage. Oh, a lot of damage. There's no rear end on that car. Jason Douglas leads across the top of the mountain for the first time, and he's getting himself a handy little gap here. Scotty Rattler Van Loon Good conversion to take second. Mark Peck has crashed. So, namesake of Pecky's, he's dropping back through the field. I wonder where he's crashed. Looks like he's moving now as we look at Jamie Davis trying to get a move done on Peter van der Kraan, using the draft as they run down the hill into the chase for the first time. Jamie Davis does get the move done down the main straight. Had it well before the corner. Mark Horton looking for a move on Liam Tipping. And some gaps are opening up through the field. Throughout the top 7, there's only between 4th and 5th is there a close gap, and that's 2 seconds between Whittaker and Tipping. It's nice and close further back through the field as well. So a bit of action on the first lap. Joe Marnie, one of those cars involved. Stephen Martin. A car looking a little bit worse for wear there for Pacific Esports Racing. Big damage on the left front of that car. Dylan Abono looking to make a move on Darren Crosby, M1 Racing. Gaps are just stabilising throughout the field. Scotty Rattler's just falling back a little bit into Travis Daly's grasp. A little bit of draft assistance helping there. As we see Matt Whittaker going for a move on Peter van der Kraan, can't quite get up the inside. They run side by side through the chase. Bono looking for a move there on Tricycle. So Dylan's lost a couple of spots. I wonder if there's a little error down the mountain there for Dylan. Looks like he had an off track in passing Darren Crosby at some stage. Oh, we got a car out. We Dylan de Bono backed into the tyre bundle at turn 2. Will be some damage on that car for sure as a result of that contact. Drive-through penalty for car 03 for contact on lap 1 at turn 2. So that would have been what was involved for Joe Marnie. So car 03 is Dylan de Bono as well. So ends up in the wall, and then unfortunately that's some bad news in the same corner. Good little battle pack here with Dylan now trying to get past Sean Smith in the 44. Wildfire racing car. There hasn't been a safety car yet, even though there was a fair bit of argy-bargy going on at turn 1. Dylan's right under the rear wing of Sean Smith. Definitely would have been some contact made there. Has Dylan got away lucky with damage on that car? He's still got a rear wing.
Looks fresh.
Yeah, it does. See Liam Tipping now trying to make a move on Peter van der Kraan. Peter covering off nicely down into the final corner. Murray's. Davis right under the rear wing of Scotty Rattler further in front as well. You can see that on the timing tower on the left-hand side. White numbers are any gaps that are greater than a second. Yellow is anything up to between 5/10 and 1 second. And then anything in orange is within a second of the car in front. And then when the times pop up next to that, that is the last lap. Green it was their fastest lap. Purple, if we see it, will be the session fastest lap. And then white is obviously not your fastest lap. Joe Marnie going for a move here on Dougie Gowans. Guess that move done nicely. Recovering up to 22nd at the moment. A few sorry cars battling it out on the run up to Reed Park. Jason Douglas, though, leading at the front. His best lap time of a 5.5 at the moment. Just starting to hold that gap at just about 2 seconds over Travis Daly. And is having to contend with a little bit of pressure from Scotty Van Loon behind Jamie Davis as well. So just needs to keep his nose clean for a bit. These four at the top will just continue to look after their tyres, work their way into this race nicely, manage their fuel loads, try and reduce stationary time in the pit stops that will undoubtedly come potentially about 25-30 minutes into this race, I would be expecting. Of course, a safety car, and that throws it all out the window. Are we going 3 wide? Not quite. Oh, Sean Smith making a late dive for the corner. Alongside Clifton, and Gallen will actually get up the outside of Sean Smith here. Gallen doesn't have very far to go at all. Mick Clifton will just open up a little bit, let Blake up the inside. Mick manages to hold on even though he was just out of the groove. Sean Smith definitely threatening underneath that rear wing of the Accelerate Mustang in front. Jamie Davis has managed to get past Scotty Rattler Van Loon as well. Up the front of the field. So we'll get a replay of that move. So it's running down the hill. Oh, Scotty has exited stage right and has ended up hard into the outside wall. So he's just, looks like he might have clipped the inside wall or maybe pinched the rears on turn-in. Liam Tipping now going for a move on Peter van der Kraan, and we'll get that done down Conrod Straight. Look at the M1 cars lining up. Crosby, Burridge and Kennedy sitting just in 10th, 11th and 12th at the moment. Car 31 to redress to car 78 for contact at turn 3. So where are we looking on that one? 78. We're looking Peter van der Kraan needs to redress to car 78. So I think that's what that was.
Maybe 79? I don't see a car 78.
78 is Liam Tipping.
Oh, he's up the top.
So it's these two on field, yeah. That's why I went through the field and went, where's that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that might have been what it was down the chase. So Matt Whitaker has got past Scotty Rattler Van Loon as well. So that damage on that Pecky's car will be not doing good things. Oh, Sean Smith just locks the brake into Griffin's. And Mick Clifton just does a little bit of a over-under and gets himself back up that position. Cars are starting to queue up behind. Led by Mitchell Muller in that PSR car. Orange Mustang, and then Simon Haynes, another new name for this season, in the Quantum Pecky's performance car. Not like those boys don't know how to drive fast, is it?
Definitely not. They're all very, very quick drivers, and the team name rolls off the tongue really nicely.
It does. One name that we haven't seen this season, and we knew that he was going to take the season off, is Tim Nicol. So unfortunate not to see him, but I'm sure he will be back, hopefully with a grid size like it is, and with how exciting this racing has been so far this season already. I don't think we'll be far away from seeing him back out.
Live timing was just having a hissy fit, and I saw Jace Douglas falling through the field, and I thought, oh no, what's happened? It's all right. Jace is still out in P1 with a 2.18 second gap back to Travis Daly, so he's still bringing that gap out further and further. Fastest lap of the session was set by Jamie Davis. Yep.
4.8. So they managed to pull a 4 out in race trim, which is quite impressive. So it means these guys aren't going too far off peak speed. Davis, though, is definitely closing that gap. He was 7/10 faster than Jason Douglas in the last lap around. So Jamie Davis has got the pedal to the metal at the moment.
Battle for P10. There is a big line of M1 cars.
Cowie will be looking in the mirror going, which one's that?
Yeah,
I don't know that one. Which one's coming for me next? Swarm of bees.
It does look like a swarm of bees. That colour scheme. Well, Cowie's got a bit of pace over there, though. Did push away from them a little bit. Oh, there was a bit of a clip on that wall there. I saw that dust kick up into the air.
Feel like it might be a hint of net code.
As it comes through, clipping the edge of the concrete.
Yeah. So Cowie took first gear out of the elbow then, which meant that he had to really quickly shift to second. Gearing in these cars is a little bit difficult. Sort of, you want to be in first for the rotation, but you have to pull second so early to either reduce the wheel spin or just get the drive off the corner. Right, so you just see sort of hurt his peak speed. Dougie Gowans battling with Stephen Martin.
And Scott Weston's in there as well. GMK Logistics, new team.
We've got some crashes going on. Shane Ewens has crashed. Tyler Schieffer's crashed. Scotty Rattler's gone into pit lane.
You must be seeing crashes I'm not seeing.
Well, I've got 3 red marks on my screen. Shane Newens, Tyler Sheaf. So, Reese to go. Battling with Peter Pavlovich here. Dylan DeBono getting past Greg Leake into turn 2. Whoa! That was a moment and a half. Greg's going to try and stick up the inside. No, decides to bail out of that one. A bit of smoke there.
Leaky in the Yarra Rangers Resort. Yellow car, very different to what we're used to seeing Mr. Leak in there from Team Greg. A bit further up the field, we've got Mitchell Muller and Mick Clifton. Sean Smith has made his way around both those drivers and starting to stretch away from them. Douglas still holding that gap. Jamie Davis is starting to close on the back of Daly. He's just shy of 20 minutes in. Still got a long way to go. Peter Vanderkrant for Angry Birds Racing, hassling the back of the JTIT Race on Oz driver Liam Tipping. It's interesting to watch how these guys pick and choose the battles they're going to take, being an 80-minute race. Crosby now is starting to close onto the back of Cowan.
What these M1 racing boys will be doing is they'll be talking to each other, trying to work out where's the best spot for an overtake and how can we all capitalise. Or maybe Darren trying to get past, trying to work in a pack mentality on Cowie. But Cowie's doing exactly what he needs to do. He's just using Mark Horton in front as a little bit of a suction device down the straights. It's like how he's got some good pace down the mountain. You heard there, Darren threw it back to first gear and then immediately as he went to put his foot down on the throttle, just pulled second, reduced the chances of breaking into wheel spin.
These M1 boys are really sticking together, aren't they? Oh, Pavlovich and Degoe side by side.
Whoa! Pedar definitely had it all crossed up. He grabbed a little bit of the inside curb on the kink at the chase. It's all rattling for him. Managed to keep it straight though, managed to get that move done. So Joe Marnie has come into the pits. So it looks like he's taking a bit of an alternate strategy as well. Mitchell Muller now trying to get a move done on Mick Clifton. Does make that move stick.
Definitely think the battle to watch at the moment is from P10 to P7. Horton's still holding up. Cowan and then the whole M1 racing team.
Crosby's right under Cowan though. He was down to 1.5 tenths as they were coming out of the cutting. So Mark Horton isn't too far off Peter Vanderkrant's pace. Pretty much matched each other on the last lap. So Joe Marnie just took a 19.6 second pit stop, so it's sitting there or thereabouts where we'd expect for a routine scheduled pit stop, given that Scotty Rattler had a 17.8 second stationary time 2 laps beforehand. Darren now looking for this move opportunity. He's going to stick the nose there. Cowie's going to cover. Darren's going to try and hold around the outside. That is a great move. Held him tight to the inside. Was able to carry that extra speed, trail the brake a bit more, and get past Cowie. which is really going to put the other M1 racing cars in prime position to try and get a move done. Maybe down into turn 1, or at least into turn 2. If they can get a good run off the corner. Cowie got a decent run himself. And he's finding some time with a bit of slipstream assistance. Up Mountain Straight.
This is one heck of a train. I don't see these 5 cars separating for the near future until possibly the change of pit stops. Which I think we're probably going to start seeing soon as we jump back to Mr. Doug Guns Out Gowans with Brent Taylor hot on his tail while he's trying to chase down Scott Weston. Craig Healy. Leaker going for it as well with Mark Peck and Scotty Rattler Van Loon. We must have missed something with Rattler. So Rattler went in the pits. I wonder if that was a scheduled stop or if he had damage.
I mean, it was all that damage that he got coming over Skyline when he exited stage right.
Yes, of course.
Went hard in the wall, so he took the pit stop. And he isn't really sitting in that bad of a position down in, even though it is 31st. So Jace goes around again. And Travis Daly is coming at him thick and fast right now.
Was a 2-second gap there at one point, and it's been knocked down to just over half a second.
And Trav took out 7/10 on that last lap. So Travis has been doing well to look after his tyres for this stage of the race. Darren Crosby now being released out of clear air has just done his fastest lap of the race at a 6.0. Mark Horton, first car to pit out of that lead pack for what I would imagine is a scheduled pit stop. So again, expecting about 21 seconds or so stationary time. Drivers need to be careful. I wouldn't be taking my fast repair if there's no need to. So make sure you untick that. Blake Gallen getting up the inside of Sean Smith, making that move done nicely. That's Griffin's Bend. Got Weston getting up the inside of Martin.
Oh, Gowans. Gowans snuck up there.
Oh, contact. He's in the wall. It's hard to run 2 cars side by side through there at the best of times. Looks like Gowans might have just got away with it. Oh, Dylan DeBono. Oh, gets up the inside just before Metal Grate. Brett Taylor smart enough to just give him a little bit of space. Now fast Dylan is at the best of times. He'll be hoping for a safety car right about now, so Field can bunch back up and he can try and use the pace that he's got because he's going to try and look for a move here at the elbow. Not quite close enough this time by. It's incredibly difficult to get a move done there at the best of times.
Jace Douglas has entered the pits.
So early stop, Liam Tipping's going to follow in. By earlier stop than the rest of the field behind him. Dylan DeBono getting a move done here. And Dougie Gowans makes that look pretty easy. Dougie will have a little bit of damage. I mean, I say a little bit. It'll be a lot of damage on that car. Drive a little bit rough. If anyone from this pack decides to tour the pit lane, which they don't. So it's just Douglas and Tipping up front. Of course, if you're in a train, you can you might be able to extend your stint length by an extra lap. Scott Perrin's in as well, so you see where Douglas pops out. He's actually going to pop out with his teammate behind him. which I almost feel like is the best spot you can be if you're coming out into a battle. If that was any other car, I'd be worried. I'll tell you what though, Scotty Rattler Van Loon hasn't actually lost that much ground overall. Liam Tipping has come out behind him, not by much, but behind him, just behind this battle that we're watching on screen here. So the only thing will be Scotty Rattler if he, given he stopped 5 laps earlier from what Liam did, whether that affects his overall run throughout this race. The Bono there looking very aggressive on Stephen Martin. A run out of the dipper for Dylan, just had nowhere to go. Open up the corner.
Daly's in the pits, Whittaker's in the pits.
And Jamie Davis stays out another lap.
He has been sitting behind all 3 of them this whole race, so maybe that bit of draft assistance has helped him save a little bit of extra fuel.
Crosby, Cowan, Burridge and Kennedy all in as well. So no one wants to try and release themselves that early into the race. Oh, the whole field.
Yeah, they're flowing in now.
Clifton, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Weston in.
Yep, look at that.
Blue, Weston, De Bono, Martin.
Gowans, White. Everybody is flowing in. Jace moving his way back.
My timing screen can't keep up. I'm going to get epilepsy just the amount of times it's flicking with everyone entering the pit lane.
Yep.
So Travis Daly has got Douglas in the end. He's got him for now. Chase is going to look for the move up the inside. See if these grass physics are going to hurt him. 2 wheels in the dirt. Manages to pull it up. So Travis probably could have gone an extra couple of centimetres maybe to the right-hand side and held on to that position, but decides to think better of it. So yeah, so Rattler, Rattler's gone deep.
Is that going to allow Vanderkeer and Tipping through on him? It is.
Oh, side by side. Oh, in the wall.
There's the Angry Birds Racing team car of Vanderkran there. This has turned out to another train battle. Tipping, Vanderkran, Scotty Rattler Van Loon, Mark Horton, Darren Crosby. All battling it out again.
I just came up saying Davis was out of the race. But he's just entered pit lane, so never mind. It just did some weird, must have just been the moment that I looked. So we'll wait to see where Davis pops himself out in this one.
Going, throwing sparks back to Sean Smith. How is Sean doing, actually?
So Jason Douglas gets past Jamie Davis. Does Travis Daly get past as well?
Sean Smith going for the move down on the inside of DeGoey.
Oh! That was a whole lot of curb.
Blake Gallen has now been brought into this battle.
Oh, heavy on the brakes for Gallen. Oh, hips and shoulders Sean Smith out the way. Looks like he clobbered a lot of curb there. Now, why is it saying that Peter Wilkinson has jumped to pits?
I think yours is doing some funny things because I'm not getting some of these messages that you're getting.
Well, Peter Wilkinson isn't on track at the moment.
Not even
What's
in
going
the
on here?
session.
Okay, so maybe he's had a disconnect or something out of that one. Client has manually disconnected. So,
There we go.
oh, and the other name is Matt Vanderkreuz. That must be someone else plotting for heater potentially. The Goey with Kennedy. Now, Stephen Kennedy was off track for quite a while, and he's dropped back behind Joe Marnie. He dropped right off the back of his M1 teammates, and there's a lot of damage on that car. So I wonder where his off track was. Maybe at turn 1 potentially. It's the only spot I can think of. Andrew Cowan was there as well, so I don't know if we can get a replay. What happened to Stephen Kennedy? But yeah, you can see the entire... Peter Wilkinson has technical difficulties. There you go. That's why he's no longer in the session. Jason Douglas leading over Jamie Davis, but Jamie Davis has been able to drop Travis Daly slightly after coming out of pit lane. What's his parity? Why Fords 1, 2, and 3? 4 and 5 for that matter.
Good.
What is his parity? Below?
Holden's still winning in the poll, 55 to 45, so Ford need to win something tonight. Catching up to a lapped car too. Oh, these M1 racing cars, they are slowly moving their way up this pack. Mark Horton is still keeping them at bay though. Where's Cowie ended up? Cowie's ended up back in 25th.
So he went off track as well.
Oh, something's happened to Goey. He's just had to let Blake Gallen and Sean Smith through. There's too many events. My eyes are hurting from reading everything that's happening. Yeah, there definitely has been a few off-tracks happening. Cowie went off track, but no one overtook him. But I can see after that.
They've been off track for a while though. There's something must have happened with him and Stephen Kennedy.
Just having a browse of the data I have here to see. As we get on board with Stephen Kennedy, actually, as he tries to make a move on Blake Gallen. Actually, hang on. So, yeah, Cowie's off track for 5 seconds. Loses a spot to DeBono, Weston. And that's all the data I have for that off track.
Go further up and you'll be able to see.
Clifton passed Cowan just before he went off track. Oh, Cowie's had 2 off tracks, so there was actually one further up where he was off track for 15 seconds and dropped from P11 to P19.
Something must have happened with Stephen Kennedy because they were together they were close to each other on track. The drive-through penalty, Khan 991 for contact on lap 15. So that would have been the incident with Cowie. So
just got to get a quick
get a
replay.
What's happened here?
Oh, there's both of them. That explains why Cowie had plummeted through the field, and the same as Kennedy.
Anyway, so Cowie's got a drive-through penalty, so I'll have to take that next time by. We look, Martin, Healy, Peck's in the wall.
In the wall
Tried to go
again.
around the outside. difficult to go around the outside of the kink just before the cutting.
They are leaving their mark on the mountain tonight, aren't they?
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, still holding that lead. Stretched it back out to 1.7 seconds.
Jamie Davis has spun.
Oh, no, he
Just
hasn't.
reading what... Yes, he has. Look at the damage on the left front.
Oh, so it's happened prior. Hang on, let's see
He
what
went
we
off
can
track.
find.
Where's this happened? So this happened at the elbow. Oh, he's lost the rear. Too excited on the rear and bang into the wall.
Our race
So that will
director.
be some damage to the left front of that car.
Big shout out to our race director Tyson, who's putting those messages up on screen, helping us keep an eye on everything. Just shy of the halfway mark. Arnie up into P13.
With no rear wing on that wagon still. So mustn't have taken the fast repair, potentially. In his pit stop, trying to save that fast repair just in the off chance that he has another incident.
Not too bad. Oh, I just see the car off into the sand pit then.
Or Sean Smith.
Somehow he managed to hold that. I expected to see that car wound up in the wall.
I mean, new dirt physics, grass physics certainly helping maintain control of the car once it's off track.
I want to see someone do the Bathurst jump in real life and see if the physics actually work the way they do in iRacing. Oh, so we jumped at Crosby as he's crossing it up sideways.
Burridge in behind. So two teammates now having a little bit of a race.
Ford v
with each
Holden.
other.
Smith now on the back of DeGoey. Side by side they come. This is not a great corner to be running too wide into. Smith will just fall off and let DeGoey take that through. There is a 9-second gap back to Jamie Davis now from Jason Douglas, so he's doing really well to hold himself out there. Garland starting to pressure the back of Marnie. It'll be interesting to see down the straight with Marnie with no wing.
We know how this goes, Gibby. Having no wing does nothing. That's all draft the Gallon's gaining. Joe's not going to let him have it though. Whoa.
We'll get the move done now. Oh, DeGoey locks up, coming in behind Kennedy. I think he might have thought he might have had some room for a move. He Mitchell Muller now on the back of Sean Smith. Smith up 6 positions. Biggest movers and shakers tonight. Bruce White, the DSS racing team, up 14 positions. Unfortunately, good friend of ours, Andrew Cowan, is the biggest shaker of the night, down to 24 spots now. Where are we at? Mahoney's going to have another try and take a shot at Gallen now. Ray Douglas chiming in to say, keep your cool, Jace. It's a long race, buddy. Yeah, mate. Halfway through now, 40 minutes of racing still left to go.
What a Joe.
Just dropped off there. Now he's got DeGoey on the back of him. Dan Merckx has just had an off track. And how much that's going to affect him. Cowie and Wilkinson aren't too close to him. Might get lucky with that. Crosby and Barrage have got around Horton. No more Horton holding up the M1 racing team. Gallen now, and Pavlovich. Gallen is starting to steam away from the field. He was back with Marnie. He's just found some extra pace. Side by side with Pavlovich. Gallen just found a bunch of speed. Another WKMP Sim Sports driver. Scotty Rattler Van Loon is in the pits. I can only assume this will be a scheduled one. As Marnie now wanting to get another position. Not sure he's going to have the pace to get around Kennedy. Would expect not long now before we start seeing the next run of pit stops.
Of course, if you stop here, you'd be close to getting home. We saw drivers do about 27 or 28 minutes to a tank. So this is kind of that point where it'll be getting close to you getting home. Maybe another couple of laps, try and eke out the tank a bit. If I was out there at the moment and if I had some measure of clear air, I'd just be driving myself to the end of the fuel tank. If there's a safety car, duck in. You're in that safety car's window now where a safety car will get you home, potentially tight on fuel, but it'll be close. Jay's doing exactly what he needs to do up the front of the field. He's just done a 5.9, so he's matching his lap times. Tyler Sheaf just jumping out the way for the race leaders here. Doing that nice and neat and tidy. So quite a few cars pitting now, it looks like. Potentially. No, it's just timing is having a bit of a moment. Travis Daly, your pole sitter, has been able to close down about 4/10 in this half of the lap to Jace. So you see Brett Taylor having a little bit of a moment. Maybe trying to go for a move on Scott Weston. Going side by side up Mountain Straight. Brett Taylor around the outside. Does get that move done. Scotty Rattler after that pit stop. So timing is definitely having a moment at the moment.
Having a moment at the moment?
Yeah, and saying that Davis is falling through the field, but I don't think that's correct. Still running in third. Yeah, timing just being a little bit confused out there at the moment.
I am honestly so impressed with these AMs. Not a safety car as we see Whittaker and Goey now. Oh, just ahead of him, Sean Smith and Marnie. Smith has managed to get round. Marnie is money in the pits.
He is.
Wonder if Marnie's going to take his last repair now. Coming into the final 30 minutes. Oh! Matt getting wild around turn one. Travis Daly started closing that gap on Jace Douglas again.
Yeah, he's definitely taking time out of him at the moment. Maybe tyres going away from Jace and Travis just being nice to them, or Travis has been nice to them this whole stint and now he's just gone, right, time to send it. Try and get this move done before we get to pit stops. Of course, Travis has done the right thing done a good thing in managing to eke that stint out by an extra lap compared to what Jason was able to manage. So Travis has been saving fuel for this stint so far. Maybe he's trying to put himself in a position where maybe a short fill at the pit stop. Bono on a bit of a recovery drive at the moment, trying to get around Sean Smith. Lights up the rears a bit, will hurt his peak speed, but he's got plenty of grip. And now he's going to get the draft assistance as ShiBBy is going for a move. Stephen Kennedy, and he'll get that move done. And DeBono's going to get himself up the inside as well, so Kennedy loses 2 spots before they get to the kink at the chase. Bono just driving that car very nice and straight off the corners at the moment. I wonder where Daly's finding his speed around this track at the moment. I wonder if it's down the hill. Definitely found pace in the last couple of laps. You can see the split times there on the last couple of laps. This is to Davis behind, and Daly's consistently, it was 3/10 on that last lap, 9/10 on the lap before, as Daly banged out his fastest lap of the race. So
this one, sorry.
This is the one. Took 7/10 out of him on lap 22. Be about equidistant as they cross the line for this next one. Jace is in. So Jace is going to bite the bullet. It'll be another 12 laps on a stint. So it's going to be tight on fuel. Definitely is. If they're only able to get 12 laps on a stint, hitting at 51 minutes to go in the race, or 51 minutes into the race, it's not perfect for a two-stop race at all. Of course, a safety car helps in that case, but we haven't seen any real reason for a safety car yet. It hasn't been anything that drivers aren't able to continue on from in terms of damage. So Mark Horton has come into the pits as well. So 25 and a half second pit stop for Jason Douglas. And he gets back out, and he's going to come out just in front of Lorne McKee and then behind Blake Gallen. He's not in a bad spot in terms of a little bit of clear air.
P9, great positioning to get to get a pit stop and get back out. And don't forget, everybody else has still got a pit, so...
Now, I think the important thing here is clear air. Oh, Bono pushing the back of Peter up the hill here. Bono's going to look for a move up the inside, does it late. Gets himself up there, so that's a well-crafted move. Was close enough up the run, had to manage the throttle. And then was able to just dive it up the inside at the cutting. I haven't seen many moves stick there today so far. Andrew Cowan and Stephen Martin are both in the pits as well now. Travis Daly looks like he's going around for one more. So has Travis been really good on his fuel save. How close it is to being for Jace, I feel like it's marginal two-stop. He's going to have to do a bit of save here. Travis, if he's got enough fuel in the tank, and if that's why he suddenly went 7/10 faster on lap 22, then I think that might be all that he needed. So Vanderkraan, Crosby, Tipping all in the pit. Davis here still driving with that damage on the left front, but imagine that he'll be hoping for a safety car here to really benefit him in terms of closing the pack back up. So we're sitting in no man's land at the moment, 10 seconds away from Travis Daly, and there's still 17 seconds back to Chris Burridge. So running his own race at the moment, which is good, but I think he wants to be a bit closer. That's for sure.
I feel like with how consistent the whole AMS field are, it's going to be very tough to pull a safety car.
It is Bathurst though.
It is, yeah, I was going to say it is Bathurst, but I don't know, there's something about these V8 AMs that just... They are probably... I'm going to say knock on wood just in case I don't give the old commentator's curse, but I reckon they're the series that has the least amount of safety cars. Oh. Jace is going, he's up another spot back from, so he pulled out of the pits in P9, he's back up to P5 already. Daly's in the pits.
Obviously running that a little bit different, so this will be the critical merge. Where does Daly come out? Has he been able to build enough of a margin? He's got the first box. It's just going to be very tight. Jays has had to work his way through a little bit of traffic. Travis Daly still hasn't dropped. He's dropped now. I think Jace will have him just.
Are they going to be side by side up the hill? They are. Oh!
Travis just came out, thought he could cover. Jace was already there. So all Travis needs to do now is give himself a lap, get his tyres up to temperature, just sit him behind. He knows he's 2 laps better off on fuel. So if it comes down to the end of the race, he just needs to know that he's in an okay spot for fuel. If you work out the stints, it's 27 minutes a stint for Travis. So that would get him to bang on 3 stints in this race, whereas for Jace, if I'm Jace right now, I'm under driving the car, I'm saving fuel, just in the off chance that you're not going to get to the end, because a pit stop will ruin your chances of a good result. You save fuel, and if you give up first place just to get yourself home, with the way the field spread is, you can still put yourself in maybe even the podium. So it's either do you go for the race win at Bathurst, or do you just settle in and go for the championship points that you can get?
Well, a lot of points. There's been enduro round, so second place still like
235 points is what you get.
Yeah.
There's only 5 points different between first and second, but they all add up throughout the season. And if you're going to pit now, geez, you could be right down the pecking order. So Jamie Davis in the pits at the moment. So he's going to pop out. He might have found a couple of... Maybe he's closed that gap from outside of that 10-second point, potentially. There'll still be a fair margin to make up, especially if there isn't a pit stop, if there isn't a safety car to come. Daly, though, he's giving himself the lap for his tyres to come up. Sean Rigby in chat. I believe this series is full, I'm pretty sure, and we will open up to some other drivers depending on slots and whatnot that may be available after this round. People haven't been able to come for various reasons maybe, but if you put your registration in, you can be on the standby list for when spots do open up. Or make sure you join the Discord. Stay in touch. Keep your eye on it, because I know we're only 3 rounds into this 9-round season, but I can tell you that season 1 2024 is going to be massive, as we see Matt Whitaker going for a move here on Stephen Kennedy up Mountain Straight. He gets that move done nicely. So that's another spot for Matt. Up in a 16th. Dylan DeBono going around the outside of Mark Horton. Lorne McKee. Accelerate car. My bad.
Yeah, how dare they have liveries that all look the same?
Yeah, I know, right? Get out of here.
Are they not thinking about the commentators?
Yeah, I know. Just so hard
it's
sometimes.
very selfish, I think.
Yeah, very. Jace, 5-3 on that last lap, so he's not going slow. Travis, though, did a 5 flat.
This is going to be the battle, isn't it? This is going to take us out to the last 20 minutes, I think. Oh, should we get some mid-race commentary?
Looked like Jace was just a little bit wide out of the cutting then. I didn't know if he'd made contact with the wall or not.
is your battle for P1. Oh, Jace giving the flash to the lap car there. Quantum Specky Performance car. Just to say, hey mate, there he goes. Great sportsmanship there as he moves over to let the two leaders through.
Mark Peck.
On the other side of the mountain on their way up is DeBono and Marnie. Geez, hasn't DeBono been involved with a lot of battles tonight? Shows the pressure that he's able to put on multiple different drivers.
Whoa.
That is a blink.
Oh, I was just about to say, because he was 2 wheels in the dirt on the right-hand side. I got a little bit nervous then.
Further back, Matt Whittaker and Petar Pavlovich.
Davis is just banging the fastest lap of the race. 2 minute 4.684.
Damn.
That's faster than what we saw in the top 10 shootout.
That's the fastest tonight. Right now, Jamie Davis has set the Racecraft Simulation's fastest lap.
On lap 29 of the race. You can't tell me these AMs are turning it on. I don't want to hear it.
The AMs are absolutely fantastic.
Oh. Look at the gap for the lead. It was back down to 2.5 tenths. Still so tight. They're just coming over Skyline now. Oh, he found it.
It's been a while since I had to push that button, to be honest.
Now all we need is the name so that we know who actually did it.
Yeah, I'm sure I can work that out too. Now that lap was set by Jamie Davis last lap from the Auto Serve team. Still held that up 5 positions, been sitting comfortably in 3rd place all night. If I tuned into this without reading the title, I wouldn't think these guys were AMs at all.
No.
John Gallen joining us from Facebook saying, wish I could be racing tonight. Mate, that sounds like a lot of negativity in that.
He's done it again. He's gone faster.
204.65. Oh, he has too. What the heck? So his last one was 204.684. And now he's just done a 204.65. Jamie Davis is really on the pace. He's got just under 8 seconds to catch to Travis Daly, though.
15 minutes.
So safety car is what he's looking for, but again, these AMs have driven absolutely phenomenal tonight.
You know what? He's got a lap even better on Travis Daly on his
nearly a second faster.
Oh. Second faster for another going on 8 laps. That's a lot to ask.
Yeah, without a safety car, I don't think the maths works.
I think it's just too tight.
John Gallen has joined the chat. On screen right now, Blake Gallen for WK and P Sim Sports. This is actually his nephew, so thanks for shouting out your nephew, mate. He's having a good drive. He is up 9 spots from where he qualified up into that top 10 right now, sitting right on the 10th position, having a solid drive here tonight. also wants to shout out the PER fellas, which I believe is the Pacific Esports racing team, but no, it's also been renamed the Pelican Esports team. Burridge now starting to hassle the back of Van der Kraan. Two names that we've been watching all night slowly make their way back through the field.
So Jamie Davis not last up did a 5.8. So
pushed it hard for 2 laps and now has
maybe that was the plan, go for that fastest lap.
Does get the extra points for it, so and that is a blistering fast lap. Like,
yes,
that is not even
4.651 is very fast.
That's second faster than everybody else.
And do it faster than what was in qualifying or the top 10 shootout is mega, especially early on in the third stint of the race. Simon Haynes here.
Gowans with a bit of a lock up. Let's put Haynes on the back of him. It's not what Guns Out Gowans would want right now.
Simple Simon. I think that's what he's
it does on the back of his wing says simple, yep. I think all the Pecky's cars actually, if you look underneath the rear wing, have little nicknames. Yeah, M1 have them as well. Nice.
Started doing it on my cars.
Well, I noticed when I started using this camera more that everybody started putting their main sponsors there. Very clever of them spotting that. De Bono still battling it out with Marnie. We got left 13 minutes left to go.
Maybe about 8 laps, I'd say.
A bit of smoke in front. Might have been just a lock up. Dougie, nope, timing table is just so much going on. Jace has stretched that gap back out. He's just pushed it back out to a second on daily. So I wonder if Jace is going to have the fuel. Oh, he's got heavy damage on that back left. He's really left.
That could be hitting the wall here, hitting the wall at Reed Park.
Yep.
Just there. It could be flipping the wall, coming through the elbow, maybe the dipper. Any of those spots where you're really close to the wall with that rear corner. Yeah, so it could be here, clipping the wall there. Then this little kink there, or it could be through the elbow where there is a wall that is slightly flat, and you see it when you're in sim. It sort of flattens out, and then the corner of that wall can be where it can be undone. Interested to hear if he's got any clutch in.
What we're listening for.
No.
Oh, he's still flat out.
Might go on board with Travis Daly then and see what's going on there.
Yeah, because he's dropped off.
Oh. What's going on here?
He's in the pits. In the pits. Gloves are off. See him setting his pit. What would you call it? His pit settings. Rips his gloves off quickly, adjusts everything he needs to adjust. That is interesting with only 10 minutes left to go. Has Douglas made the right decision?
He's putting tyres on.
No. Oh, his car's up. His car's in the air. Just fronts.
No, that wasn't tyres.
Nah, do they just go up on stands regardless? He's out quick. He's back out in third. So still points
Gee
to be
whiz,
had.
So maybe that is fuel.
A splash and dash, mate. That was a really, really fast pit stop. All right, let's see what Daly's doing. I'm bored with Travis Daly now, the former sim racing driver. Car 777. He still seems to be pushing it pretty hard as well.
We'll hear it here. No.
No fuel saving to be had for Daly either. I wish I could see their fuel gauge from this view.
I mean, they just don't really have a fuel gauge. All they have is fuel used, and then well, that's it really. Fuel used, and then kind of the fuel alarm if you're running low. But we don't see that either way. Yeah, I don't think Travis is saving. He did a 5.2 last lap.
6 minutes left. 8 minutes or 7.5 minutes left to go. He has a thumping lead from Jamie Davis right now. 8 seconds is going to be very, very tough for Jamie Davis to catch back up. And Douglas has got himself back into third, so that's still a podium finish, and that's a good lot of points. And right now, where he's sitting on the championship board, these points are going to be all but super useful. Oh no, Holden's still winning the pole.
Yeah, well, at least you can take solace in the fact that that it's a Ford top 4.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. Mustangs all the way.
Stuff the blue oval.
Oh, Pavlovich! Taking McKee. Great move there. Well, the Pelican
Lorne's been quiet tonight.
Yeah, he's still up 5 spots from where he qualified in P13. And
He's just been plucking away.
Yeah, just cruising around. I think with an enduro, because there's so many points on the table, like if you're in that top 20, you're guaranteed a solid amount of points.
Dylan De Bono. What's happened to Dylan De Bono? He's jumped to pits. Entered pits, left pits, jumped to pits.
So he entered pits and was only in pits for a second. Let me just see if I can find any other data rather than that. I wonder if it's to do with the blinking that we did notice his car blinking a couple of times.
So that's an interesting one there.
I'm interested to find out that maybe the blinking was causing issues. We did flick to him a couple of times and we saw him blinking on broadcast. So Sipple as well, just been sitting back, cruising around, got himself in that top 10 now, up 7 positions. Hayes chimed in. Go Jace, drive it like you stole it, my boy. Love the positive affirmations from Ray out there. Always cheering his son on. Vanderkranz into the dirt around the final corner. And that's going to put the M1 Racing Team driver, Chris Burridge, up into P5. Jace Douglas has now taken the Racecraft Simulations fastest lap with a 2:04.38.
No chill, my boy.
Someone has spent too much time in the seat here at Bathurst. Or not enough.
Oh, this is feisty here. Haynes trying to get a move done on Scott Weston. East West Racing versus Bontempecky's Performance.
Okay, I don't know if what. Nope, it's alright. Again, it just showed me Jace Douglas falling through the field, and that's not what I wanted to see. Marnie's in the pits, not like it's going to make a big difference now with only 3 minutes left to go. Are we getting a white flag back where Barney is? These guys are coming down the field. Let's just see.
Oh, we've still got another.
We're probably going to get this lap and one more. No, yeah, so where Daly is.
Yeah, so we'll get 2 more.
Yeah,
so this will be the second last lap.
Such a clean race. Haynes and Weston going up the hill, side by side.
That's a fence.
That
That's
was
big hit in the fence.
definitely a fence for the Pecky's car there.
It's one of those corners where you just know if you're trying to go too wide, someone's in the fence. There's not many places on this racetrack where you can run side by side once you get past the cutting. It's pretty much one groove, unless you've got some big kahunas.
Oh, yeah. A few last minute battles coming through as well. Mitchell Muller, PSR driver, just taking Stephen Kennedy, moving up into 14th. He's now up 10 positions from his qualifying. Been another very quiet achiever tonight. What? Oh my gosh, I got crazy. SDK is just throwing me off. It just said Jamie Davis past Travis Daly. And I was like, how? He was 6 seconds out in front. When did that happen? Some good last little minute battles coming up here. All for solid points. This is a battle for P8 between Gallen, Sipple and Horton.
Gallen's found a burst of speed in this last stint. He's up 9. Which is a great performance tonight.
Right on the back of Sipple. He gets a good run down out of the mountain. Onto Conrod.
White flag. Daly's got 5.5 seconds to work with. Here we go. Gallen here's got the pace down the hill. He's going to duck to the outside late. Try and sweep around the outside. Sipple's going to leave it there. Oh, just gets that move done. So now he's got 1 lap to try and catch Horton. Try and get himself into 8th place. Up 10 already. Oh, Horton needs to pit.
Oh! He's got no time on any of the field. He's got 10 seconds back to Matt Whittaker, which could put Matt straight up into P10. I think it's going to at this point.
I think he might end up maybe in behind Kennedy. Maybe even further.
Yep. 10 seconds to Pavlovich. Closing. There goes Pav. McKee, Muller. Yeah, so Horton is falling through. That was a really unfortunate timing as we see Rattler Van Loon trying to get the move done on to go. He will get it done. Turn 1. Horton's out, so P17, so just a splash and dash.
5-second pit stop.
Let's get that track map up so we can see where our drivers are. We are looking for Travis Daly of the 777. What a phenomenal drive from the top 3. Daly, Davis and Douglas, the Triple Ds. It's nearly like a combined joint for driver of the day. Travis Daly coming around the final turn here tonight. After 38 laps, the car 777 will be the king of the mountain. Jamie Davis in the auto serve number 92 car taking out second place. And Jason Douglas with a phenomenal drive here this evening, still locking himself in a podium for the DSS team. Speaking of driver of the day, I'm throwing my vote out there for the WKMP Sim Sports car, Blake Gallen. From what we've seen tonight, and he's going to try and go another one. He's got himself into 8th. Oh, it's a back marker. I got so excited there. So excited.
That's a great drive, though, from Blake.
Every time.
Started 19th, up into 8th place in the end with a couple of good overtakes on the last couple of laps.
And every time we switch to him, always a very clean car. Looks like he's had a very clean race. So that is my vote for driver of the day. But we can't take it away from Travis, Jamie and Jason. Because what a battle these three have had between each other all night. 80 minutes done and dusted, plus a top 10 shootout and a 15-minute qualifying session. What a race. Right, well, unfortunately, it's come time for me to end the poll, and after 68 votes this evening, Holden have won the vote. But Ford have taken out the podium. Thank you everybody for getting those votes in tonight. What a turnout we have had.
Is he clutching?
Yeah. Yep.
He just wants fuel to do the burnout.
100%. That is clutch all the way. Oh, it's coughed. She spluttered.
No, he was clutching the whole time.
Daly making his way back through. Oh, Davis already giving us some burnouts. The Auto Serve team should be proud of their driver this evening. The same as Performance Sim Racing. A great podium for the 777 driver. Of course, Jace Douglas. What a night he has had. What a field of cars tonight for the simrigs.com V8 Supercars AM Series here for round 3 at Mount Panorama. Again, the AM's showing us that they know how to turn it on just like the pros. And, as my co-commentator, I was going to say pricing.
Oh.
It's all right, champ. I'll get it right.
Oh, he's done it again. Chat, please help. Please help.
I definitely agree, mate. The AM Series has become the premier series of the night. Congratulations, Blake. Thanks for joining us in the chat. Are we on the same page that we want to give Blake the driver of the day tonight? So congratulations, Blake Gallen, the WKNP Sim Sport. You are our driver of the day. Zach Blasbom has joined in. Get champed, champ. That's what you should have said, Zach. I would have preferred that much better. As our podium does the official donuts. It's hard to capture all three cars. Douglas is off. Is he going to go into there? Yep, I thought he might. Oh, no. No more burnouts. Must have been very low on fuel. Davis and Daly absolutely ripping it up. Yeah, okay, pal. Yeah, I like that one as well, Zach. I'll use that one next time. Next week, expect to get champed and palled, Tom.
Right.
You can blame your teammates.
What do you mean? Who am I blaming?
You are most welcome, Blake. Phenomenal drive from you tonight. Very clean. Up 11 spots from P19 to finish in that top 10. Great drive. Well-deserved driver of the day. And Jamie Davis definitely seems stoked with himself and clearly had more fuel left than Travis and Jason. I haven't got my podium interview scene set up, so someone remind me to do that. That is very slack of me.
Surely we get Jace on camera too.
Yeah, definitely. If they've got cams, any of the podium, if they're actually watching and you have cams and want to be on the cam during the podium interviews, we can do that. That's no issue at all. They're actually all in here now. So let's get, oh man, I sort of, you know what I'd like to see iRacing add in? Tire physics to the point where they actually pop on burnouts, because that would be awesome.
Agreed.
All right, we do have our podium. We'll be kicking back into a replay. And we will be starting with our third place podium this evening. And that will be Jace Douglas. As we, just give me a second while I click a million things. We will get Jace in now. Jace, give us a wave, mate.
Hey guys, how are you?
Mate, doing good. You sound tired.
Not tired, just disappointed.
Oh, mate, how can you be disappointed with still a podium finish after that phenomenal battle between yourself, Travis, and of course, I was going to say Jason, but you were Jason. Jamie, mate, that was a phenomenal performance by all three of you.
Yeah, I could have had the win with 5 laps of fuel left, but thought I would have ran out, so I pitted and thought they would have had the pit, and I would have come back out on top, but oh well.
So at that point, you still had 5 laps of fuel?
Yeah.
Right, we thought you might have been so close to the end that splash and dash was actually physically needed at that point.
Wasn't needed.
So just a little bit of misjudgment on the laps, mate. But look, it is an endurance round. You just bagged yourself how many points, Tom?
230 points.
Plus the fastest lap of the night, mate. You absolutely creamed that with a 204.38. So a crazy, crazy drive. Do not be disappointed in yourself, mate. Not at all. Your dad has been out there all night absolutely cheering you on. Is he in the same house as you?
Yeah, he's sitting right behind me.
Does he get loud and cheer you on, like, you know, while you're there?
Yeah, I heard him before the start of the race, told me to go get him, so that's what I did. But sadly, it didn't turn out to where I wanted to be, and I had Jet text me saying we want P1, we don't want anything else. So,
Jet putting the pressure on, mate. I think your team are going to be pretty stoked with your performance, mate. We've been saying it all through the night that the AMs are just a league of their own, and it's not an easy task, especially when you throw yourself into an 80-minute session here at Bathurst, mate. So next time, are you going to trust in your fuel calcs?
Next time I'll get Jet to beat me fuel count. Be even better.
So it was Jet's fault, yeah? That's the...
No, it was my own fault because I had no one here except Bruce, so...
No.
It was pretty hard to go, do I pit, do I go, but oh well.
That's it with racing, isn't it, mate? It's those split decisions that could make or break, and luckily for you, you guys had a pretty good run, and mate, you still nabbed yourself that podium position. So congratulations. Be stoked in yourself that, you know, that little mistake didn't put you back down, you know, in the bottom 20, mate. So because the splash and dash could have changed everything, not just a podium finish, but it could have been a much further down the field finish, mate. So a huge congratulations to you and the team, Dynamic Sim Sports, mate. So I think this is the first time you've had your chance to shout out the sponsors for Dynamic Sim Sports since the rebranding.
Yeah, because it's the last race we had, we didn't have anything, so...
Well, go for it, mate.
Thank you. So we got Worm Paints, who created the paint for us. Hobbs Boring and Trenching. Deadhead Clothing. And Lutsu Driver Performance.
Nice, mate. So there's a couple of new ones there since the rebranding. You know what I'm going to ask you, don't you?
Yeah.
What does Debhead do?
They're a clothing brand.
Clothing brand. So do they do custom clothing, or they sort of got their own sort of style? And
I'm not too sure. I haven't really heard about it until Jet sent me over the sponsors before the start of the race. So I got no idea.
Well, Jet better send you over a little list of what all your sponsors can do, because you know how much I love asking about new sponsors that appear on cars. So, but anybody interested in checking out some clothing, apparel, go check out Debhead, sponsors for the DSS team, Dynamic Sim Sports. And congratulations again, Jace. Don't be disappointed in yourself. Be stoked with a phenomenal finish. That was a tough race, mate. Go and celebrate with your team and your dad, mate, and we look forward to seeing you back out here on track again next time.
Yeah, it'll be hopefully Sunday night. I'm coming back from Albury, so hopefully I make it for Sunday night.
You're heading back from Albury, and you're going to jump back into another 80-minute Bathurst run.
Yeah, so I'm racing Saturday, Sunday, come back Sunday night, and I'll jump on this and I'll do it all over again, hopefully come P1.
What do they say? No rest for the wicked, mate.
Yeah.
Well, solid run again, mate. Congratulations again. Honestly, don't be disappointed in yourself, buddy. Give us a big thumbs up. Come on, mate. Be stoked. And as I said, we look forward to seeing you out here again if you make it back on Sunday, mate. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you, ShiBBy.
Too easy, mate.
Thank you.
That was Jace Douglas from the new Dynamic Sim Sports, rebranding over from LMR Esports. I think he deserves a huge round of applause. It was a hard-fought battle tonight. But we will move on to second place, and I will probably give this one to you, Mr. Tom, because my throat has been struggling after that that day where I did 3 broadcasts. I gotta get me some lozenges. But I'm not even joking. Like, my voice goes so husky. It's annoying. But we will move on to second place, newcomer to the league. It is Jamie Davis of the Auto Serve team. Joins us in the
Jamie,
comms
mate.
box.
Well done tonight, P2. It was a great drive to get yourself there. Just sort of had a bit too much of a gap to make up. We saw you banging in fastest laps at the start of your third stint. Just give us your thoughts on the race, mate, and I suppose what could have been.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, obviously disappointed with the top 10, so just tried to stay focused, have a long first stint, save a lot of fuel, and was happened to find myself in third place as well. So just managed the fuel, got the extra couple of laps, and then made the mistake out of Forest Elbow, which I think cost me the race win, because I knew I had boys on fuel and I should have just sat there, but I just got over ambitious on the throttle, but very lucky because I hit the wall pretty hard, so I'm lucky not to get engine damage from that. So I'll take the P2.
I'll be completely honest. I forgot that you'd spun from there, even the race controller told me. So that sort of explains why. But look, mate, you're having a great pace before then. And yeah, it's unfortunate when those sort of things happen. Was it just a blip of wheel spin, or was it just a little bit of lapse of concentration?
Oh, I put it down to bloody lack of talent. Just bloody the rear end went with it, and I just thought it'll straighten itself up, but it didn't.
How are you finding being in this league, mate? It's I don't think I've seen your name before this season, so it's good to see a bunch of new names. What's your thoughts, and are you gunning for this championship?
Round one was a bit sloppy, but that's expected. It's round one. Everyone's learning each other and stuff. So the progression we've made from round one, then street circuit, Long Beach round two, to Bathurst hour 20 race with no safety car. So yeah, credit to everybody out there today that race well.
Yeah, definitely. I would say unexpected by a lot of drivers that we got through that one without a safety car. Mate, now we think do you race under the AutoServe banner, or is that just your main sponsor? What's your team name, so at least we can get it right for future weeks?
The team name is AutoServe Racing.
There you go. I was that might be a bit ignorant of me, but
we were getting it right all night. I feel good about it. Yeah,
we were. I was just, feel good about it. But I was just like, it looks so much like a sponsor rather than a team name. But all good, mate. We'll give you a chance now to thank all the sponsors that keep AutoServe running.
Thank you to most importantly AutoServe. They're like a super cheap over in New Zealand. Wins, High Tech. I think that's the three that we got. Everybody who's supporting me, watching the stream, friends and family, race control, commentators, competitors, just everyone who puts the series together. Thank you.
No worries, mate. We look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks, and the solid haul of points tonight should go a long way to giving you a good standing in the rest of the championship. So 6 rounds to go. Lots to play out still, but we wish you the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. You hear it from all the greats. Consistency wins the championship. So as long as we can stay clean, we should be okay.
A couple more podiums, and that consistency will keep coming. I'm sure, mate. Well done again tonight on P2.
Thank you very much, fellas.
All right, and that was our P2. Silver medalist, I suppose you could say, for our round 3 race here at Bathurst, and we'll get the man of the hour, your race winner here from round 3 in the Supercars AMs, Travis Daly for Performance Sim Racing into here. Travis, mate, well done on a race win tonight. Converted from pole. You didn't have it the easy way though, with just dropping back off the start and then having to race your way back up from there.
Cheers for that, boys. Great race. Unfortunately, I practiced my starts in the 10-minute warm-up, and I was perfect. And for the race, I stuffed it up. And so, it was pretty good. Great battle between Jamie and Jace. All came down to strategy, looking after the tyres, and our work actually paid off. So I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, mate, it was a great race. You had in that first stint, you had an extra lap on Jace, and then you managed to stretch that out to an extra, I think it was 3 laps in that second stint. Were you feeling all right on fuel throughout that entirety of that third stint? Because we saw how quickly you were still on the back of Jace coming out of pits, and then you started to drop back a bit, so I wasn't sure if you were saving fuel or not.
Yeah, no, I was surprised my pace. For the first 2 stints, every lap I was off the throttle down the chase. So I wasn't fuel saving hard, but I was definitely trying to look after my fuel and keep the tyres as straight as possible.
Yeah, mate, it was a great drive, all the same. How much of the rest of the PSR boys been helping you? I know you got you, Cowie, and a couple of other names in here from PSR, all running nice and up the front regularly. So how much do the boys mean to you in terms of converting that to on-track performance?
Oh, they've been a big help, especially like Matty Jones and Tyson, team captain, helping me with my lines and just my different driving techniques, and it's improved my driving dramatically.
Yeah, I think you've got some very capable hands in that PSR team. Obviously, with Tyson, who's quick in whatever he jumps in, and then Cowie, who's been doing this for a little while. So you're definitely in the right place to really excel at the trade. Mate, I'll give you a chance now to thank all those sponsors who keep the Performance Sim Racing team going every week.
No, cheers for that. I'd just like to thank West End Motor Group, Too Easy Finance, Track Racer, good old Cowie Music, and a Night Rider Design for our amazing paints. And talk to me, bro. Just putting it out there. If anyone needs anything, don't be afraid to reach out to anyone. We're all happy to talk. But a big thanks and shout out to PSR.
Awesome, mate. Well done on your race win tonight. We look forward to seeing how you can keep moving forward over the next couple of weeks. And 6 rounds to go. We've only just reached a third of the way through, and there's still plenty to play out. So hopefully you can take a lot of the confidence that you would have gotten from this win tonight, reflect on it, and then come back fit and firing for Tuesday next week.
No, cheers for that, boys.
Well done again, mate.
Catch you next week.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again on the top step. So well done again tonight, mate.
Fingers crossed.
Awesome. Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Alrighty, and that wraps up our podium interviews for this evening, ShiBBy. Suppose it would be remiss of us to maybe have a look at the championship standings if they work. We hope.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wait, I have to hit F3 and then
you should just
add
be able
the
to
points, or just hit it.
You should just be able to hit. If you got the championship standings thing in the box, you should just be able to hit it, and then it should. If you go after round.
I've got currents before or currents after. Current or points before. Yeah, still something we're playing with. So, hang on. Let me go to the point system. Cancel championship standings.
Never mind. We'll work it out for next week. We'll make sure we know what we're doing. But yeah, Jamie Davis will probably jump up a couple of spots out of 5th there. And then obviously Travis Daly as well will jump up quite a few spots out of 16. 240 points on offer tonight. So definitely some changes coming in the point standings with so many points on offer tonight. We'll make sure they get updated. If you're a driver, they'll be updated in the league pretty much straight away. Actually, that might be where I can check it.
Either way, I'll take this moment to say a huge thank you to everybody who's joined us this evening. It was an absolute blast having you all here. And of course, we can't do it without all the absolute amazing drivers that take to this, not this track, but take to our tracks week in and week out, putting on this phenomenal show. We definitely can't do without simrigs.com. Link in description below. Use code SRW5 at checkout for a discount off your next purchase with them. John and the team at Racecraft Simulations, absolute legends, back on board for the qualifying session and top 10 shootout and fastest lap, which was the fastest lap was locked in by Jason Douglas tonight. So well done on Jace for that as well.
204.431 or something like that.
Cracker, yeah.
Absolute ripper lap.
Warren and Brown Tools, of course, for all their support. They are the round sponsors. They also allow us to be able to bring all the live action direct from our drivers' cockpits. So go check out Warren and Brown Tools as well. Shannon's Insurance, they've been absolute legends getting on board with the GR86 Nationals and, of course, the Formula 3 Nationals as well. So go see what Shannon's Insurance can do for your next insurance on your cars. Rare Spares for everything old school Commodore or Ford here in Australia. They are still the leading manufacturer for all your parts for your old school vehicles. TemptingSweets.com.au. Use code SRW10 to get a sweet deal off those sweet treats. Grim Industry, home of the V8 coffee tables. If you have not seen what they make, go and check them out on their socials and their website. They make absolutely stunning coffee tables out of blocks of engines, so all sorts of different ones, adding in turbos and everything, all sort of custom stuff for your coffee tables. Neuropower, brand new, coming on board. They are a company that help people with neurodiverse diseases, trying to help them live a normal life. So definitely go and check out Neuropower and help support them. DSL Rail Services, huge shout out to DSL. They have been here from the beginning. They had to take a little bit of a break to focus on, of course, growing their own business. So great to have them back, and we can't do it without all the music that is heard on the stream as well. So huge shout out to Rocket Unlimited. You can find them over on Spotify. All their music is free to be, what's it called? It is non-copyright music, so you are actually able to go and use their music on any of your own live streams, and you'll never face any copyright issues. And of course, huge shout out to Tom for being in the comms box with me once again this week.
Yes, as always, mate. I have got the points up. So Matt Whitaker still sitting in the lead by 7 points over Peter Vanderkran. Liam Tipping only 4 points behind. Jamie Davis has jumped himself up into fourth, 518 points. So there's only 19 points between first and fourth. Travis Daly is up into eighth on 426 and Jace Douglas on 399. So the field is certainly tightening up the top. It is 24 points from first down to fifth at the moment. So 3 rounds in, and we're ready for what should be a cracker closeout. I mean, 3 rounds, we're only a third of the way through. So still 6 rounds to go. Still another enduro in there as well. So still a lot of points on offer for all the drivers. I think we've got our first Super Sprint coming up in a couple of weeks as well. So that should be some surefire action, no doubt.
100%, mate. It's going to be a cracker of a season. Don't forget, we will also be back here live for your viewing pleasure on Wednesday night for the Formula 3 Nationals. And I tell you what, those battles are just as crazy as they are here on a Tuesday night as well, with close to 50 drivers out on track. A Pro and Am and a rookie class now have all been split because of the amount of drivers in the F3. So go and get behind the F3 drivers as well, because they put on a phenomenal show. Thursday nights, I am back with my mate Tyler Sheaf for the Toyota GR86 Nationals, thanks to Shannon Insurance as well. Super Sprint Series, absolutely fire racing in those little cars. Friday nights, you see the IMSA Shadow Series, all the same time, 8 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Times. Sunday nights, we also come back with the V8 Supercars ProAm series. So make sure you are subscribed, hit that notification bell, and if you did enjoy the broadcast tonight, don't forget to leave us a like to let us know. While you're at it, go check out the Sim Racing World Review Show. We will be bringing those live to YouTube as well as Channel 31. So it'll be going to live TV here in Australia, as well as we will be bringing those review shows direct to you on YouTube, so you can all keep up with the latest information and everything that's happening within our races in SRW. Of course, I have been Nathan ShiBBy Howard. I'm running out of a voice. The man next to me has been Thomas Preach-Riley, and we're going to end this broadcast by saying stay safe and race hard.